So, when we last left the party, they had traveled to Dias to inform their Vishana allies about the location of the Demon's Pleasure Palace so that they could infiltrate. They also wanted to check in on the Sphinx royal family. When they arrived, they were hailed as the rescuers of the king and the queen, and the princess as well, and celebrated throughout the city. A day of celebration commenced amid delicate diplomatic relations between various other Underdark races. The party ignored the boring task of diplomacy and instead celebrated and enjoyed the courtesy of the Sphinxes. When they woke the following morning, however, things were not well in Dias. Indeed, they found that an attack had occurred at the Sphinx Assembly, and the envoy of the goblins was apparently the culprit. They interviewed everyone on the scene and discovered that at some point the previous night, it appears that the goblin envoy had been turned into a demon. This led the party to the natural conclusion that someone in the town must have been responsible for this act. And so, with the assistance of the Sphinx consul, Riva, they set about the task of interviewing all the various notable suspects throughout the town. They assembled a makeshift timeline of what had happened to the goblin envoy throughout the course of the previous day, interviewed the fellow envoys, the Civic and the Nubis, talked to all the various sphinxes that the goblin had interactions with, and set about tracking down leads, gathering clues, and interviewing suspects. They were able to eliminate several notable members of the more important parts of Dias, as well as the envoys themselves, by getting accounts of where they were at the time, as well as getting a rough idea of when the goblin must have been turned into a demon. They were assembling all of their information at the assembly and running down all the outstanding leads. There are still a few curiosities that the party has to account for. To wit, the goblin's room in the Herald's Lodge had been destroyed and her possessions stolen. There is no sign of where the possessions may be, and the innkeeper said that at the time no one came in or out, at least through the main doors, and she did not hear any signs of a struggle. There's also the question of when the goblin was turned, by whom was the goblin turned, and the question of who might be next if the demon or demonic agent is still in town looking for someone else to attack. The party split up in their investigations, and although some of them were perhaps better at interviewing than others, they were able to get some rudimentary details from the rest of the sphinxes around town. They had found that Aseneth, the innkeeper, was supposedly at the lodge all night. Panya, the jeweler, had followed Cyra to the sauna. However, late in the night, she left after Cyra was asleep and said that she went straight back to her storefront, but there are a few things left to be questioned about that. Indeed, There was some mention that perhaps she stopped over at the Sweet Nip before heading back to her store. The party also checked in with the librarian. Pip saw the librarian for most of the night. However, she vanished at a certain point, sometime after midnight. She claimed to have also gone to the Sweet Nip. There's no definite conclusion one way or the other on that. They also talked to Kibi, the owner of the Glassworks. She has no alibi. She was alone all night in the Glassworks. She claims to have been making potions, and the remains of the potion found at the scene of the crime did bear the maker's mark of the Glassworks. The party has no particular alibi for Binu, other than her claim that she was watching the Sonora and Cyra all night. And they also know that the proprietors of, or the proprietor of the Velvet Box, Mew, or at least Pip knows that Mew has an alibi. Everyone else does not necessarily know the long and short of that, unless Pip shared the elements that he was strongly encouraged not to. So with that, the party realized that they never had a chance to stop by the tavern, run down everyone else's alibi, as well as check there. And they also wanted to check out a few things about these people's stories that did not quite make sense. So the party was leaving from the assembly. We have 4 party members here. Where would everyone like to go?
Well, we have multiple things to do at the bar, so...
Pip wants to go see the Queen and King?
Perhaps, though Riva did ask that you leave the royal family out of this investigation entirely. They just got back from capture by various peoples, and Riva did not want to trouble them over much about the possibility of a demon in town.
It's not about that, it's more about their own personal matter that I need to ask a bit about.
Their personal matter?
Though Mew did tell you that she instructed the royalty to deny anything if confronted about their marital troubles, and that if you brought this matter up, she would deny any conversation she had with you.
Just a friendly discussion.
Okay, so you are going to head to the royal family. Nikki is going to head to the Glassworks. Big K is going to go to the bar, and Cyra is going to go to the lodge. So we'll start with Nikki here. Nikki, you head over to the Glassworks. Kibi is hard at work, but her face lights up when you come back in. Oh, hi. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yeah. Still looking into the matter of the goblin. Well, what time do I need to find an LOA for?
So you guys have placed the a definite point at when she was definitely still a regular goblin, and that was when she visited Mew's Velvet Box.
Right.
Sometime after that point, she was a demon. Miss Boom had relations with her a little bit before midnight, and Miss Boom did not observe any demonic activities during that time, and she was isolated with her. If she was a demon out for rampant destruction, one might assume that she would attack Miss Boom at that point, since she was alone and she did not, but it is circumstantial at best. So at some point after the Velvet Box, which would be before she visited the Springs, before she visited the Glassworks, and before she went to the lodge, as well as after and into the morning. In that time frame, someone must have gotten to Queen L.
So after the Queen Goblin visited you, where were you and what were you doing?
Well, after she left, I was just here all night. I was trying out some of the things that she suggested about, you know, making potions and making more powerful versions of them. But I don't think I did very well because everything kind of turned up as a botch, so I had to get rid of them.
Can anybody verify that?
No, I was here alone all night.
Any neighbors who could attest to it?
No. Well, I have a roost in the upper city, but I kind of just live here because, you know, been working to try and get the glassworks up and running. And the glassworks is kind of away from everybody else because, you know, all the fumes.
Hmm. Scratch chin.
Scratch good.
Yeah, Guchin.
Indeed.
Unverifiable alibi. And when the goblin showed up, refresh my memory again, what was she after here?
Oh, she bought an awful lot of potions.
Lust drafts, right?
Well, those were some of them, yeah.
What else?
Well, I gave the receipt to your Minotaur friend who came by here last time. It was a bunch of Ovi elixirs and lust drafts, and I think there were some Gadsmeads and Scholar Teas in there too.
Did she pay you in gems?
Oh yeah, she paid so much actually that I was able to repay some more debt that the Glassworks owes to your goblin friend, Miss Boom.
I presume you did that when Miss Boom came
Oh
around
yes.
asking questions.
Oh yes. And of course, if you would like to utilize any of your character attributes rather than
Right.
utilizing your player attributes, feel free to ask to make a skill check at any time.
Right. I would like to incite her.
Okie dokie, go ahead and make an insight check. All right. You believe that she is being completely honest about this, and she clearly does not understand that she is a suspect in anything. She's just trying to be helpful.
Okay. I believe her. I believe you, Kipi.
Oh, thank you.
It's just, you know, questions need to be asked and all that sort of thing.
Do you think Queen L is going to be okay?
Well, that depends. If she was turned into a demon, no,
Oh
can't come
my.
back to that. If she was, then I hope she turns out fine.
I don't know very much about this stuff, but how come you can't get better from being a demon?
Because, well, it was described to me that your soul has vacated your body. It's been like condensed into this lethicite crystal.
Couldn't someone put it back in?
You take one of your potions, right, Kibi?
Yeah.
You pour it on the ground.
Okay.
Could you put it back in?
Well, I could just make a new potion.
But it's not the same potion, then, is it?
Well, but you said it forms into a crystal. Couldn't you just like make a new crystal?
It forms into a crystal when it's removed. We don't know how it would work to put it back.
But
The reverse process,
nobody's ever tried.
Not to my knowledge.
Oh. Well, I want to be helpful. Maybe if you guys could find some crystal, I could try and help Miss Queen L, because she was nice. I really want her to get better.
It is certainly a noble goal we could look into. But for the moment, we've got to find her, or not find her, find out what happened to her. Deal with that first.
I understand.
That. What's the box? What's in the fucking box?
I'm pretty
Is drawn all over creation here.
pretty sure that's where the somewhere between here and there is when she got turned into a demon.
You guys do also know that her first 3 stops, she was a nightmare.
Yes.
Or rather, I guess the she was pushy, self-interested, made everyone's life a living hell. But after she left the velvet box, she mellowed out considerably, and was slightly rude at the sauna, but nowhere near the degree that she had been elsewhere, and was positively friendly by the time she made it to the glassworks.
Right.
But of course, Pip also shared with you that while she was at the Velvet Box, she had given birth, and her children had been grabbed by the Vishana, since they bore marks of the Devil Tigers as well.
I feel like I'm making one of those fucking conspiracy bulletin board things over here with all these notes.
That is very helpful.
There is no Peppy Sylvia.
Who is Kaiser Sose?
Yes.
Which one is the sauna?
The big square with Sonura in it.
Okay. So, my guess is something down in that area.
Unfortunately,
when you try to explain it in the timeline.
Yeah, unfortunately, your local goblin expert is not with you at the moment, though, as was related to you, the assembly for each of the envoys is down below at the base of the city, since only special guests are permitted into the city itself. So if you wanted to speak to the goblins who escorted Queen L, they would be down below. Make a little note.
An escort.
Yes, all the envoys have escorts down below.
Might be worth talking to. Alright. I'll thank Kipi for her time. Might be back. Hope she has a good day.
Okay. She wishes you the best and whatever it is you're trying to accomplish here, and hopefully Queen L will be better before too long.
Actually, before I leave, Kipi, do you have any potions that can determine whether someone is lying or prevent somebody from lying?
Not on hand. We're still getting our potions back in stock now that we're operational again. But, I mean, I could start brewing something like that. It might take a really long time, though.
Good day.
Probably longer than that. I don't have anything to work from. If you had a potion like that already, I could probably, you know, reverse it and figure out how to make it a lot faster.
I do not.
Oh.
Well, don't worry about it then. It's gonna take that long.
Sorry, I want to help, but
Huh?
I guess there's not much I can do.
It's alright. You've helped.
Okay, so then we will cut over to Pip. Pip, you're flying up to the royal area, and Princess Nia greets you. Well, a bunch of Sphinx guards greet you first, but they are quickly pushed aside when the large, though not nearly as large, Sphinx Princess notices you and flies out to meet you mid-flight, practically tackling you and giving you a big ol' squeaky hug. She says that she's missed you guys oh so much, and she's so happy that she got her parents back, and wants to know if you can play with her for a little while.
It's like when you dig through your box. It's like when an adult digs through like a box and they find that one Beanie Baby that they really liked when they were like tiny, and they're just squeezing it in this miniature little stuffed animal.
Yeah, the fact that she hasn't noticed that Pippi's squeaky toy thing, it's like,
I mean, she was a statue at one point. It's fine. People get
It's
better
fine.
eventually.
go from doggo to squeaks. So it's nice to see you again, but I would like to have a chat with your parents for a little bit.
She pouts a little bit at this, but flies off to go get the king and queen for an audience with you. And the three of you head off to a fairly large, by necessity, section of the city that's been set aside for the royalty. The king and queen flank you and lean way down to give you their personal thanks once again for everything you've done for them, and ask to what do they owe the pleasure of your meeting.
Well, it's mostly to see how you are all doing. It's been a while.
Oh, wonderfully, wonderfully. It's been an adjustment coming back to Dias, but we are getting used to things.
Hmm. And Pip does the whole mental, like, door knock.
They glance between one another, a little confused by this. You're getting the impression that they would be maybe uncomfortable having a telekinetic or telepathic conversation.
Hmm. as it's customary for me to ask before, for it's very useful during more private conversations.
Of course, of course. Unfortunately, my dear Nuri experienced some issues with perhaps a more intrusive guest than yourself, and is still adjusting to these kind of things. As you recall, King
Yes.
Nuri was imprisoned by Seraph for the duration of CoC&D.
Yeah. Yes, I've had the distinct. He makes a palm motion to himself of distinct pleasure of experiencing multiple things that tend to alter your perspective just slightly.
Of course, of course.
Though, yeah, but let's see. The queen was with the sandwiches.
Yes, she
Yes.
has been endowed with massive milky melons, far beyond the size of, well, anyone in the world. And they are leaking as you speak.
She is building sized with smaller building kits. But
Indeed.
yes. Yes, they tend to leave their marks, so to speak, both physically and mentally in some cases. What's the correct wording? Certain. Puts a paw to his underchin and say, appetites can change.
Yes, the surface was not as welcoming as we would have liked, but nevertheless, anything in pursuit of our daughter's safety.
Yes, she was a very interesting one to come across. Though I thought I've seen sphinxes, she was on the side of slightly bigger than normal. It would have seemed that they came in bigger sizes as well.
Oh yes, well, just the royal family.
For both good and bad. Your empire or your city would have been substantially more massive if you were all the equal size as the rest was to the royalty.
I'm not sure we would be able to live underground if all sphinxes were this size.
Who knows?
Perhaps we could build a city in the clouds.
Cloud walking. No, it's more just a question of what's the correct term. I think it is as what's the correct? I do not know. You have marriage here, correct?
Oh yes, but of course.
the bond between each other is still the same, but not it's a question in the more matters of privacy is understandable is private. Everything is okay.
They sort of glance at one another. Yes, of course. It's a bit personal, but yes, we're enjoying each other's company once again now that we've been reunited.
That is good. I have to excuse me for asking because it is being enough around on the surface and seeing how everything changes. It's some struggle with, what's the word, the same as they used to before they get separated. I have actual friends who were separated at one point, reunited. Unfortunately, that's a part of separation caused a slight schism, but they worked through it due to the change of taste.
Well, thankfully, the bonds of love keep my king and I well acquainted with one another, if you take my meaning.
Yes, that is good to know. Though it's like not as seen by sandwiches, they tend to be quite frank, those are enormous.
Well, I mean, they would be large regardless, but yes, my time with them has left me a little less balanced as perhaps I would like. But I'm sure that in time things will return to normal.
With sandwiches, no, they, unless you go to the distance of actually trying to counteract their change, it's there to stay.
Well, we had heard that in our absence, the patriarch of the bunnies had come across some device that was capable of returning people to their true forms and had entertained the thought of making a trip to him. We're told that he's a little occupied at the moment and cannot come to visit us.
Yes, that item. It was specific to a degree for what it was in terms of what it did. Some transformations are just transformative, while some are corruptive. But it's just transformative, doesn't corrupt. But as the name implies, corruptive changes you negatively. That's what it changed.
Well, of course,
Like
we
that.
want to visit our neighbors eventually anyhow, so we'll make the
Yes.
trip there, and if he believes that such a thing would be of use to us, then we're certain that he will assist us. But in any event, we thank you for your concern.
Yes, it was a very interesting small fellow.
Yes, he's had to take on quite a responsibility.
Such as the possession of royalty.
Indeed, though, in truth, my husband and I are more figureheads here than anything else. The assembly does the hard lifting of ruling the city.
Yes. It's still good to see because it's still good to see that you are together here because Nia was, oh sorry, Nia was a bit down, but she has been a literal ball of light upon your returns.
Oh yes, we are a bit embarrassed that we went out to go find her and she returned before we did, but she has been a blessing to us and to the city as a whole. In time, I'm sure she will be a grand ruler for all the Sphinxes.
Well, that's going to take a while though. She still has some looks between them, some growing to do.
Oh yes, quite a bit of it in fact. But we're in no hurry. It's fine if she remains an adorable little child for as long as she wants.
Adorable, yes, little, subjective.
Yes, well, indeed.
It was interesting as she, if I were still flesh and blood, would probably have squished me severely.
Yes, we do have to watch out for that. She sometimes forgets how much larger she is than most other people.
But thank you for your time, and if you have any need for anything, both being official, unofficial, personal, private, whatever, the whole shebang, as they say, you can always call for us.
We certainly appreciate that, though you've already done so much for us. The only thing I would ask of you is to let us know before you go to confront the demons once and for all. My husband and I will fight along your side with all of our strength.
We're not done yet by the time, but when it's time, you will know, but we're here to help each and everyone. So even if we have done a lot for you, we will probably do more. And we're willing to do more.
You are too generous.
No, I'm just too soft.
Haha, indeed, indeed.
Squeak, 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 squeak.
Okay, did you have any other questions or discussions you'd like with the king and queen?
We just stop some things. Can I roll I was gonna say a persuasion check to see if they were willing to, like understand that maybe he knows and that help would be needed. I got him sheet up, there we go. If what's it called? Not undertone, wow, what's the English word for it? Subtext was understood.
You can make an insight check to see if you think the subtext has already been conveyed to them, or you could make a deception check to try to convey the subtext in perhaps a little more direct fashion.
Okay, then we'll go with deception then.
Okay.
I'm slightly better at that than I am with insight. Or slightly, I mean, a hell of a lot. Okay, let's see if this works. Charisma, so... Ta-da, 31.
You're fairly sure that you've conveyed to the best of your abilities that you understand that transformations can be hard on people and perhaps interfere with their love life, but they have steadfastly confirmed that everything is a-okay, nothing is the matter, they're boning like they've always been boning. To bring down the roof, as it were.
Well, we probably should have heard that then.
Haha, well. Thankfully, these giants are a little more discreet about their fucking.
Unlike a certain, what's it called, dragon.
Yes.
Okay, I just thank them for their time, and I hope to have a pleasant day.
Alright, they thank you once again. So with that, we will cut over to Kinathis. Kinathis, you are at the Herald's Lodge. Last time you were here, you intimidated Asnath into giving you the keys to the Civic's office. She looks a little startled when you march up again, and more than a little flustered, as one is wont to be when a wrathful shark is on the warpath. But she sits behind the desk all the same, folds her arms, and asks you if there's anything she can do to help you out.
Yes, there is. If you wouldn't mind coming with me for a moment for some privacy. Yeah.
Sure.
I'll just lead her into like a back room or something.
Okay, well, most of the rooms here are empty, so you guys could go into any of the
Yeah, sure.
extra rooms.
All right. And then I will just make sure to I'll just make sure to make a show of locking the door.
She raises an eyebrow. What is this about?
That's about some of the questions I asked you earlier. I need
Okay.
to follow up on a few things.
Sure.
And I need to know where you were last night.
Well, I was here.
You say you're here.
Greeted
You were
your
here
dragon
the whole
friend
time?
when she came in. Yeah.
Insight. I want to see.
Well,
This is one
at
of the
my
things
desk
I was.
anyway.
Oh, I don't have my character sheet up. Okay, there we go. There, now it's better. All right, lady. I'm gonna insight check that. Even though I'm dog shit terrible at it.
Okie dokie.
Actually, you know what? Before since I know I'm bad at this kind of stuff, before I do any questioning, I'm gonna make sure I have a little bit of an edge, and I'm gonna take a dose of alpha just to give myself advantage on my skill checks. Says I'm so poor at this, and then I'm gonna insight 20.
Okay, and doot.
Seem to be telling the truth about being here the whole time.
You take a dose of alpha, but the first dose isn't quite doing it for you anymore. You feel a small surge, but it's minor. Maybe a second hit would help out.
Oh shit! It's really. I'm not making it. Well, okay. I mean, if that's what I need to do in order to get what I need from this.
All right, you take a second dose, and now you have
I
the
would
benefits.
I would like to point out that I have not been made to make a single skill check, like saving throw against any of these drugs ever.
I am making them for you.
Oh, are you? Oh, okay.
DM rolls you cannot see.
That's how that works.
Which is also theoretically what I should be doing for your insight checks. So when I tell you you believe them or you don't believe them, you're not judging based off of what number you see, but it's fine.
Okay, well, I mean, if that's what you want to do, then okay.
Nah, don't worry about it. It's fine. All right, so
Okay.
you got a 20.
Yes.
Okay, so she appears to be watching you very intently, and she says that yes, she was there all night, and she's watching to see if you believe her or not.
So she's casing me as well.
Indeed.
Oh my. Well, I suppose I'll make a deception check. Try and maybe I don't believe her.
Okay.
Oh fuck. That was a good one. 29.
All right. What are you going to deceive? Accuse her that something or what?
I'm gonna say I'm not sure. Are you sure you were really here? Because I have a hard time believing that anyone could be here, could have been here last night and not heard what had caused the commotion, what had caused the destruction of one of your rooms upstairs.
Well,
From the level of devastation that the room has endured, surely anyone in the entire building would have been alerted to it.
what are you talking about?
You haven't even seen it?
No,
Really?
I don't go into people's rooms while they're still staying there unless they specifically ask me.
That is a little strange. So you're saying you have no knowledge of what happened?
No, did you want to show me what you're talking about? Maybe I could help better if I understood what you're asking me.
Sure. We'll take it. We'll pay a visit. We'll pay a visit to this room since you say you haven't seen it.
Okay.
Maybe then you'll understand why I'm pushing this so hard.
You unlock the room to the side room and escort her
right?
to Queen L's private apartment.
So you're so full. You're full of gossip on what's going on, but you don't actually know what's going on in your own building. And I'll open the door.
Well, I try not to pry into the private affairs of people staying here. There's a degree of, oh my goodness! She gasps as she looks at the scene of devastation. Go ahead and make an insight check as you are watching her reaction.
Okay. 19.
She does seem legitimately surprised by the sight of this. You get the impression she was not the person who caused the destruction here. She looks aback. Who would do something like this? She wanders in and starts looking around.
That's what I'm trying to find out. That's why I'm questioning you. And as you can see from how much damage this room has taken, I'm surprised to know that you find out that you don't know anything about it or didn't hear anything last night.
Well, whoever did this must have done something to silence it. There's magic that does that, right?
Maybe. That is a theory we have had.
I'm sure I don't know anyone offhand who might have something like that, but I'm sure they have potions to replicate most magic at the glassworks. Let me see. She starts looking around the room very carefully. Make a perception check.
Okay. Yes, 27.
You are watching her very carefully just to make sure nothing untoward or suspect is happening. And you find that as she is searching the room, she extends one claw and reaches between one of the floorboards and pries up something that you missed in your initial investigation. She lifts it up, and you see that she has found a large black feather.
What's that?
Why, I saw this stuck between the boards here. But if it's a black feather, I mean,
Does this
there
mean
aren't-
something to you?
there aren't very many girls around Dias that have black wings. It's a fairly uncommon color. The only ones I can think of are Panya, Mew, and Kibi.
Panya, Mew, and Kibi.
Say,
Hmm.
if there was some kind of magical silence and there was a black feather here, you don't suppose poor little Kibi could have been responsible for this? Oh my, what if she had been turned by the demons?
Well, let's not jump to conclusions just yet. We have a number of other things to follow up on, including Panya and Kibi. But you may have just helped our investigation out quite a bit. Although I would stress that you do not spread this around.
Of course, I won't say anything.
Unlike some other rumors, this is not to be spoken about.
Of course. Just please capture whoever did this. This is terrible to have the lodge defiled in such a way, especially for such important people like one of the queens of the goblins.
Oh, don't worry. We'll do our utmost to find this person.
Oh, thank you. I'll wait here and make sure that no one comes in and tampers with anything.
Yes. That would be best.
She glances around again. Oh my, it seems like all of the valuables that the queen brought in with her, they're missing. I don't suppose you know where those have gone to, do you?
No, we do not know.
Oh, I think the goblins are going to be very upset. They had quite a lot of wealth with them. I don't know why the queen brought such things with her. Perhaps just,
Well, it's not really my place to say, but from what we have judged of her, can judge of her character based upon her interactions, she is an extremely vain and self-interested individual.
oh, perhaps that's it then.
All right, thank you for your time. Make sure no one comes around and starts poking around in this room. Can't have anyone disturbing this scene here.
Oh, but of course. She heads over to the windows and closes and locks them, and heads back to her desk to get the spare key for this room, and locks the queen's room as well.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna go. And I guess I'm going to go.
Well, you are done with that right now, so we'll go over
Yeah.
to Big K, and then circle back around here. Big K.
Okay, so I was really hoping somebody was going to come with me, because these are both people who...
Well, there was supposed to be someone going with you. But, things happened between last session and this one.
Indeed.
Womp, womp, womp.
So.
Alright, well, yeah, I'm going to go to the bar I've never been in, and as a complete unknown in the city, ask about Panya and Dolly.
You head into the Sweet Nip, and the few people who are there at the moment notice you and cheer, since you are apparently one of the, at least allies of the big heroes that brought the royalty back.
Yeah.
The bartender waves you over with a big smile on her face and says that your first few drinks are on the house. What can she get you?
Alright. Whatever is strongest in house, and perhaps with drink you could be giving a little information as well.
Well, anything to help out. I'm glad to provide information where I can, but what kind of information could you possibly need? You're something of a an oddity here. A minotaur down below. That's it's worthy of note, I'd say.
I'm nothing so special, but no, was hoping you could be telling me about. And Big Teal just like look at the inside of his palm for a second, and just read something. Panya and Dolly. Perhaps they were coming here yesterday.
Oh, well, yeah, I suppose they did. See, we had a big after party for the royal celebration the other day, and you know, we had a lot of folks come in and leave throughout the course of the night. Let me think of now. Yeah, I do believe I did see both of them. Dolly sort of came in and made a bit of a scene of herself. You know, getting the copious amounts of drinks, and let me put it to you this way, not the kind of drinks that I serve. You understand?
Yes, of course, a intimate kind of drinking.
Yeah, I kind of wish it had been intimate, but more or less right on top of the bar here. Sorry, I meant to try and polish that spot out, but I don't think that's ever coming out.
Sniff, sniff, sniff.
Yep. Smells just like the librarian.
Alright, that person I've ever met.
Yes.
Like the librarian.
As for Panya, yeah, I believe she did come in for a bit of the nip vapor. Actually, if I recall, she might have had a few too many. She was sort of flying weird when she left. A lot of muttering, and I wanted to send someone off with her, make sure she got home all right, but, well, there are too many people out and about, and, not so great. Anyway, she is doing okay, isn't she?
Yes. Were you hearing anything about her mutterings?
Well, it's fairly common knowledge that the goblin was kind of really shitty to her. I imagine she was probably upset about that.
Yes, of course. And what time was Panya leaving? More or less.
Would have been just a little bit before midnight.
And when was Dolly?
Well, she came in a little after midnight and left, oh, I'd say probably an hour or two later.
Alright, so that... Let's see. She became a demon sometime after 2, so... Okay. Does anyone else have anything they want me to ask these people?
So Panya and Dolly
We're both there around
were
midnight.
here? Both around midnight, okay.
So...
Panya was drunk when she left. Dolly was not actually drunk, she was just a huge slut.
Okay. And Panya did show signs of having a severe hangover in the morning.
Yes.
So that checks out.
Okay, so...
Hmm.
Would seem to verify those two probably aren't the people we're looking for, so... Yeah, I'm kind of voting with Hedrah here. It might be Mew.
The only two people that so far are matching all of the possibilities are Mew and Kibi. Although the serious thing is that her personality changed after meeting with Mew for a while.
Yeah, exactly. Mew and the
Mm.
Vishanya, whatever the fuck's devil kitties.
The devil tigers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vishana? Is that it?
Vishana.
Vishana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I've kind of suspected from the start they might be responsible somehow, but yeah, I'm putting my little thumbtack into the brothel here.
Except that they don't make demons.
Well, they don't have to make demons. The head, one of them can suck souls, and she says she
But the
stops
other
at
ones
half souls,
can't.
but I think she doesn't have to. You know what I'm saying?
No, she
Mm.
can, what was it? The kids are born with half a soul, but not the parent. Because she was initially fucked up and then got fixed with half soul. That's why they get devil kitties from the other ones.
Right, but I'm saying that the devil kitties she's made, the two she like brought back to the city with her, those were both half souls as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
she has the ability
But
to
they
suck
don't-
souls, is what I'm saying. So yeah, I will thank the bartender for her time and information.
Okay.
And
Do you have any charisma or skill-based checks you would like to make with Layla before you leave?
oh yes, that's right. Skills are a part of D&D.
Yes.
Sure, I'll make an insight check. Bonus is +8 if you want to roll that.
Okay.
Faint background noise.
Oh, are you letting me make the check for you?
Yes, that was the...
Oh, okay. You get the impression that maybe she was downplaying the degree to which Panya left.
Alright, sure, I'll press her on that before I leave. You sure Panya left just normal drunk? It's okay, you can tell me. I'm friend.
Well, I don't mean to get the girl in trouble or anything, but, well, some of the muttering she was talking about was, even half true. She had a real axe to grind against that goblin. She was not in the best state of things.
Such as, was she saying anything specific?
Well, I mean, she was awfully specific about a number of things, but most of it involved a great degree of trauma to the that goblin when she got her hands on her. I'm sure it was nothing. She was just blowing off some steam, you know.
Of course, it's only natural, but... And Kannan will sort of glance around and then follow up. His Panya, is she magic user at all?
Well, she makes all the things in the jewelry shop there, so yeah, she's got some degree of talent.
You see, and has she left town recently, do you know?
No, I don't think so. She sends materials out with caravans off to Sandstone and Tar Pit, but she works in the city.
I see. Well, thank you for information. It's very helpful.
Well, glad to be of assistance, but you know, if you need anything else, just come on back now.
I will. It's a lovely place. Yeah.
Well, thanks very much.
Guess I'm gonna go around and rally the troops here and...
Okay, so everyone's meeting back up to discuss what they found out at the various sites. So, not all at once.
Well,
Okay.
I will. I guess I'll start then. I'll
Sidekick.
pull out the. Yeah, sure. I'll like just pull the feather out and show it. I questioned the innkeeper again, and she seemed absolutely genuine that she was there and did not hear anything. She didn't seem to know anything about the room and the room's state in general. So I led her up there, and she was genuinely shocked at the destruction that had been wrought. And while she was looking around the room, she found something I missed, and that was this: a black feather. It's apparently a rare black feathers are apparently a rarity among sphinxes. In fact, and she pointed out a few people that she knows in particular who have them, such as Panya, Miyu, and Kibi.
Well, was finding out that Panya seems to have very severe axe to grind against Goblin Queen. Got very drunk that
She
night.
was real.
And apparently was muttering dire threats.
She was really pissed off when I talked to her about Queen L. So she was there at the bar?
Yes, indeed.
That does count. She did seem to be really hungover when I talked to her.
Well, that doesn't
What
mean
about
she
the
couldn't have
librarian?
done things.
Which librarian?
Dolly,
Dolly? Oh, yes.
was she there?
Sorry, could you say that again?
Dolly, was she there?
Yes, Dolly was there.
No, that's Pip is asking for confirmation.
Yes, Dolly was there. Was being gigantic slut. Sounds like good time.
I see.
See, I had an initial suspicion, so I tried to follow up on it because you has a spell. Holy shit, somebody's dying in the background.
Yep.
Just the zombie apocalypse starting here.
Well, we get the shotgun Kinathis this time to put all the other out of pasture. See, Mew, when I had a discussion with her, put a spell on the door to silence anything in the room. And you say you found a black feather, which just happens to be the same color as well. So this is
yes.
Pip, make a perception or arcana check. Your choice.
Well, I have advantage of perception. Wow, perception.
If we could actually get a feather from each of these three, we might be able to compare them.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, Pip, as
Magic.
you are describing this, you have a moment of clarity as you think back to your meeting with Mew. You recall that there was some kind of a arcane symbol on the door that she tapped to activate the silence. So she didn't actually cast a spell that created a zone of silence. She just activated something that had been put in place. Which is circumstantial, right? She may not have created that in the first place. She might have commissioned someone to create it for her. It is evidence, but it's circumstantial evidence.
Okay, then you mentioned that. About the slight insight to that point. So it needs somebody that can do magic for that.
So magic. Well, I guess Both of the other two do run shops involving magic. Kibi with potions, and Panya with enchanting items. Objects.
Let's see something.
Speaking of Kibi, she doesn't
Oh.
have an alibi. Well, she does, but it's unverifiable. I have,
Un-
Together with
unverifiable.
is Herald's Lodge.
but I have the feeling she's telling the truth. And she had nothing to do with it.
While I was at
How
the
far away is
the person at
how
the
far away is
Herald's Lodge, the person at the Herald's Lodge didn't mention anything about any kind of silencing enchantments. Although she did say it could have been it must have been someone who had cast a spell to silence the room, since she didn't hear it.
Okay, so Nikki confirmed that Kibi does not have a definite alibi, though Nikki has a strong gut feeling that Kibi is not lying about her involvement in this.
Hmm.
So Panya, you, Kibi.
Well, where to?
Here's a question.
I guess
How far
we'll,
away
like,
is Herald's Lodge?
It's exactly as far away as it looks on the map.
Yeah,
It's
but
like across the town.
yeah, what's the distance in feet?
I don't have a scale for this. This is a
Like several hundred or
medium-large city
thousand.
that's primarily built horizontally rather than vertically. And all of these guys can fly. All the sphinxes can fly, that is. So, to cross the city by flight, it would be probably like 15 minutes, maybe.
Okay, so 15, 7.5 minutes from half point down there, correct?
Roughly, sure.
I suppose what we could just do is go to each of these individuals and see if the feathers match, and use our crystal to detect, see if any of them are demons.
I can see through any demon's disguise, so
Provided they
Neither
are
can I.
disguised.
Yes, not all demons
any
take
form.
other forms. Some demons, when they are turned demons, are just in the shape that they normally are. Like Queen Elle just looked like a goblin.
yeah, unfortunately.
But yes, you do have the little crystal dealie. So you guys want to travel as a group for this, or split up and run down the leads individually?
Let's stay together
These
now.
are all, these are all close together.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I forgot
Okay.
about the crystal. I was going to use it.
Well,
on
we're
Kibi.
right here, so Miu is right here.
Yeah, let's
She's like
go talk to
just a
her.
minute's walk away. We may as well start with her. And hit
Okay.
Panya up. And
Guys.
then Kibi for last if either of those two don't work out.
You pile into the brothel. The girls there are a little surprised to see all of you come at once, and rather disappointed that Pip is in a plushy form now. They were hoping for a little bit more playtime with him, but clearly he's going through a phase right now. They ask you how they can help, and that they have very affordable group rates.
I'm sure you do, but you need to have something to discuss with your madam.
Okay. They go back to retrieve her and come back and say that she is waiting for you in her office.
Interesting.
All right.
Usually she greets people.
Okay, you guys are gonna head on in?
May as well. That's all we're here for.
Yeah.
Okay. You follow into the office, And the girl closes the door behind you. Mew is waiting for you. She's sitting behind a fairly large desk, her feline lower half resting comfortably amid a pile of cushions, while her upper half lounges back with her hands folded on the desk in front of her. Well, this is a bit of a surprise.
I have a question, or a couple, or simple.
I thought we had discussed everything in our last meeting, but certainly.
It's not about that, it's more about here. Your little arcane writing on the door.
Yes.
Your work or whose?
No, I don't deal in magic myself. I had this commissioned when the brothel was being set up in the first place.
By who?
Well, I'm sure I have the paperwork for the construction somewhere around here. Obviously, setting this thing up required a large number of contractors. Is it of particular importance to you? Something that you needed to carry with you on your adventures?
It is
No,
quite important.
just for me, it's just this door right here. And its capability to silence.
I see. Well, give me just a moment and I'll see what I can find. She leans over to the desk and starts rooting through one of the drawers, pulling up a sheaf of parchments that look fairly ancient. She flips through them until she finds one and then slides it across the desk to you. Appears to be an invoice for services rendered in the act of securing an enchantment on the door. It appears to be a bill of alchemical components.
The glassworks.
Interesting.
The invoice is from someone named Anissa.
Anissa. Isn't that one of Kibi's older sisters who ran away? Who, like, ran off?
Mew says that yes, she believes that was the older sister who used to be in charge of the glassworks.
Didn't her older sister run off with like a harpy or something?
She did.
She did.
Hmm.
Do you think?
Came back as a
I can't
demon?
read tell.
Maybe.
Maybe the Kibi we've been talking to this whole time is really
Isn't
a
actually
demon.
Kibi.
Well, to the glassworks.
Just
I
before-
told you! I
Let's
suspected
confirm-
Kibi, but I just
let's
had
confirm
to.
first, just to make sure.
Would you mind showing us your
Triple check.
wings?
Sorry, what was that, Hedrah?
Your wings.
Okay. She stretches her wings out. They are black, and the color does appear to match the feather that you found.
Can one of us perhaps make a perception check to see, the fine
If
detail
she's
here?
missing.
Sure, you can
Okay,
make
then.
a nature, animal handling, or perception with disadvantage.
Nature.
I have animal handling.
Sure, I'll assist with that.
I have perception.
I got natural advantage on perception, so
I'll cancel out the disadvantage.
everything is
I have I'm
Yes.
still hopped. I'm still drugged out, so I have advantage
Okay.
on my end.
we all can do our steps. You guys do nature, we do perception.
Whatever.
Pouring over her wing. She is a little flushed. She's
Boom.
quite
Damn.
pleased that so many people
Nice.
are
Animal.
so concerned about her wings.
Such nice wings.
That's-
Pet, pet, pet.
Savin is like a boss here.
Well, yeah, Kannan knows all about handling animal girls, let me tell you.
Okay. It does appear that Mew's feathers are slightly longer than the feather that you found. So someone perhaps younger.
Well, alright, I think that confirms what we,
Well, we're pretty much, yeah. I mean,
Can I
all-
stealthily use the crystal on Kibi, like when she's got her?
we're not
Make
at
a
Kibi yet.
sleight of
I
hand.
thought we were at Kibi.
On Miyu.
Mew. You make a sleight of hand or a deception check.
can I make some kind of roll to distract her to grant advantage
A
on that?
performance check to try to grant third
Sure.
advantage.
I mean,
Yes,
if you can get her
flirt
to
with
suck
her.
your dick, it'll be super.
Boom, yeah. I am all
Nice.
about petting those wings until she is hot and bothered.
Okay, so a third, you have
Nice.
advantage on your check, whichever one you choose to make.
Probably deception, because I have penalties to sleight of hand.
Okay.
Wow.
14.
14. Alright, she does not appear to notice as you are utilizing the amulet. It does not glow, so it does not appear to indicate that she is a demon.
I give you the thumbs up.
Alright, well, as much as it pains me to be parted from such a magnificent specimen, my friends and I must be going.
She laughs and says that perhaps next time when you come back, she will experiment precisely what makes Minotaurs so irresistible in the world above.
Sounds like a plan to me.
All right, so that crosses her off the list indefinitely.
Well, we're all just training to keep it.
I think it's very certain who it is. I mean, Panya is very close. We could check her first, but
I'd
a
rather.
lot of most of this evidence does point towards Kibi.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Just point something out before we go to keep it.
Hmm.
Why would all the valuables be stolen? Because there's two right now. Kibi for money to pay off. Panya because recompensance for annoying fucking goblin.
Yeah, but the goblin didn't buy anything or steal anything from Panya.
Yeah.
Just messed up the shop a little bit and gave her a hard time.
Okay, well,
So I don't think. Plus, none of the things she. Well, actually, we don't know what the queen brought with her when she entered the city. Just a lot of valuables and stuff like that. But yeah, debt collect, like paying off her debt. Yeah, maybe.
so,
I mean, we're assuming that, this is actually Kibi, who isn't a demon spy to begin with.
It's true. It's true.
but
I've suspected her from last session. I couldn't put anything together.
very
So
well done.
I guess we'll
Keep
go
it
to the
this.
glassworks then first. Next. The
Okay.
most likely suspect.
But Panya has the most suspect token. Ah,
Okay, so the party piles in to the glassworks once more. Kibi is a little taken aback that Nikki's returning so soon, as well as everyone else coming in. She looks back at you with big, wide eyes and asks if you were able to find out anything to help Queen L.
okay. Can I see anything? If you has any transformative or shape shifting?
She appears to be precisely what she looks like, a young sphinx with black wings.
Ah, but here's the thing. I've seen her before, a long time ago as well.
Yes, she looks more or less the same as before.
Let's do the feather comparison.
Yeah, we found out a lot of stuff things, although we do have to ask you a couple more questions if you don't mind.
Oh, okay.
Just have to cross-reference a few things.
Sure.
Sorry, Kiwi, just, verifying. We're going around and making sure that we've covered all our bases.
I understand.
While they're distracting her with the feather thing, can I pull the amulet behind her?
Sure. Once again, sleight of hand or deception.
Savin, distract her.
I am actually doing something else right now.
Pip,
Yes,
distract her.
if you don't mind.
Pip's making perception checks. No one has time to distract anyone.
Cyra, distract her.
Yeah. I will approach her and ask her, if you don't mind just spreading out your wings a little bit. I just, need to check you over.
Okay. She
It'll only take a minute.
Yeah, Nikki can go behind her.
Yeah.
Get there.
Well, she's distracted.
Jesus Christ.
16.
16 if I got advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. The amulet does not glow. Cyra and Pip, you are examining the feathers. It appears that Kiwi's feathers are a little too small for the feather you found.
Huh.
Too small.
And Big
Too
K, you are
So she's
making
too
a
young.
search around. Do you happen to have advantage on your perception checks?
No.
Okay.
Not
It
at
appears
all.
that everything is as you see it. There's no kind of special secret anything here. Just a sales floor on the top level, a workshop down below, and a storage space down in the basement.
Alright then. Well,
Wait. I have a question. Can
Yes.
I brush with my psychic to see if there's anyone within a 30-foot spherical or anything? Because I can feel if there's no sentient.
You start probing out for other minds to invade. It appears to be just you guys and the young Sphinx. Kiwi asks you what all this is about.
How long have you been in the city, and how well do you know the vendors?
Well, I was born here. I grew up here, so I guess all my life. I've been here for, I don't know, 16 years maybe?
Do you know if anyone of the vendors are proficient in magic?
Well, there's some merchants that do magic to make their stuff. And I'm not really very proficient in magic, but, alchemy makes sense to me, so I'm pretty sure the librarians know magic. I don't know. I mean, my sister was really good at magic, but she left. It's kind of normally the people in charge of the glassworks are supposed to be, very magical to help them make potions, but I guess all that went to my sister, because I don't have much in the way of talent for those things.
And you have not seen your sister in how long?
Over a year now.
I see. Does she still have key to Glassworks?
I think so, probably.
Do you have any hidden rooms or secret storage places around here? Perhaps cellar customers should not know about.
Well, I mean, but you guys are customers, so if customers shouldn't know about them, then you guys shouldn't know about them either, right?
Well, we are working for city. It's important you tell us.
I guess so.
Would you mind if we took a look around? We promise not to avoid disturbing any of your equipment as much as we can.
Yeah, that would be fine. Everything's open here except for my sister's room. She locked that when she left, and I
Oh, really?
yeah, I didn't want to invade.
I see. And Kannan's just immediately going to go over to her sister's room.
Yeah, we're gonna have to check that shit. So anyone who can
Conveniently,
pick
I can
locks
pick
or-
locks.
Really?
Yeah.
Excellent. I don't have to break down the door then. Okay.
Does anyone?
Okay, lock, pick, and check.
Does anyone want to give me advantage somehow? My bonus
Let's
isn't amazing.
see.
You would
Do I
have to
have
be proficient in a relevant skill to grant advantage.
Or I could
I
have a
will
god.
spend my inspiration.
Oh, well, thank you.
I will give you inspiration.
That'll work too.
That'll do it.
Wow. 7 and 7.
Okay.
Boy.
Well, the lock is not
Sad.
terribly complicated. There is a small magical element to it, but you have Pip on hand to assist as well. So between everyone providing a little bit of help, you're able to dispel the magical locks as well as pick the mechanical ones.
I will glare furiously at the lock and try to intimidate it into unlocking.
Or we can just do the simple thing that it can do. Get out some water, shape.
No. Let's
Change it
let's just pick the
reset.
lock. Let's just pick the lock.
Yes. So the lock does spring open, and you're able to open the door. The room inside is quite dusty. It does not appear that anyone has been here in probably a month or more.
A month or more.
A month.
Can we like get some investigation checks going to see if maybe it's meant to look this way? Like.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah,
I can.
Detect
If
magic,
it's
maybe?
illusions, Pip's there. If it's actual physical things, it's on you guys.
I'm not trained, but I have advantage on it right now.
Alright, well, then you should roll, because I have a whopping 0.
19.
Investigation. All right. You start combing
What do I
through.
smell?
Combing through the room, looking for any trace of evidence, one way or the other, that this room has been tampered with, or perhaps artificially set up to look less occupied than it is. After going through with a fine-toothed comb, you come to the conclusion that the age is authentic, that there doesn't appear to have been any sign of anyone coming through or making modifications since then. You do, however, notice in the course of searching through a collection of letters. Some of them have been tied with little red ribbons. Some have been put into a carefully organized lockbox, while others have been crumpled up and tossed in the corner.
Let's go over some of these letters then.
Okay, which ones will you start with?
Well, Kannan, you're good at locks apparently, so why don't you get a lockbox open?
Sure, can do that. Don't have inspiration this time, so I'll just get rid of that. And, oh, yeah, of course, it's fine. I go.
Okay, very simple to spring this one open. You pop it up, and you see that the documents inside appear to be bills of sale, receipts, as well as some vouchers for loans and these kind of things.
So business stuff.
Business stuff.
What about the crumpled up letters?
You unfold the crumpled up letters and start taking a look through. These appear to be threats. Very hostile communication. Whoever was doing the writing did not sign their identity, but was loudly and violently complaining that the glassworks was given to Anissa's family unjustly, that they have no business there, that they're second rate, and that they will cause a complete meltdown if they're allowed to run such a vital institution, and that time will show them to be the imposters that they are, and that the control will rightfully be returned to their family.
Now, the first time we were here, Panya had like a bunch of sisters and a little trap brother, didn't she? Or was that a different place? Maybe that was a different underworld city.
I think that was a different place, yeah.
Okay.
I think that was in the Nubistas.
Yeah, that's right, Shit. Okay, well, never mind. So, was given to her family. Okay, well, I'm gonna go on downstairs and ask, Kiwi, who did your family get Glassworks from?
I don't know. My sister took care of those kind of things. We had it when I was born, so I just assumed we had it forever. But I guess someone else probably owned it before we did. This city sort of assigns it to people who they think they can take care of the, demands.
Of course. Do you know who might know, say, Riva or one of the librarians?
They might, well, everything of note is recorded in the Ibis library. There'd probably be something there. I think they keep track of everyone's job, so you could probably check to see who had the position here last.
Yes, I remember that. Alright, that is all I need to know. Friends?
Can I find like a document last session that said that the glasswork was passed down family?
There was a document that was framed on the top floor of the tower that was the official transfer document that passed the ownership of the glassworks to Kibi's family.
Okay.
You don't happen to remember if that mentioned anything about who it was transferred from?
It did not, no.
Okay. To the Ibis library.
I believe I asked as well.
Okay.
Well, I think that leaves more or less just one suspect.
Well, did you want to stop by Panya on the way or go straight to the library?
I think we go to the library first to get last bit of information.
And what time is it?
Let's see.
We're getting sidetracked though.
I don't think we are.
It is around 10 o'clock by now.
It's late now.
10 p.m.?
Yeah.
10 p.m., yes.
Shit. Okay, yeah, let's make it quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably should just head to Panya.
Let us do library first to make sure we have our information correct. I have
All right,
feeling that perhaps Glassworks was given to Kibi from Panya's family.
Maybe.
And evidence has been manipulated so that Kibi looks like a person responsible, so that she takes fall.
And if she takes the fall, the Glassworks
Go to Panya.
needs a new owner. and might go back to Panya's family.
Correct. So, let us investigate. Hello, librarian lady. How are you?
Tabia is asleep at the main desk, but when you rouse her, she blearily blinks back. Oh, sorry about that. I was catching up on the sleep I missed yesterday. What can I do for you?
We are looking for records, specifically who is owning Glassworks before current family.
Oh, yes. Let me take a look there. I'm sure I can find that.
Yeah.
It-
We
it
also
might-
need. We'll also need a list of who's of the genealogy of that family.
Oh,
Recent, current
and,
generation.
of course. This may take a little while. If you'd like to have a seat there.
How long?
Okay.
Alright.
Fine, a little while.
We don't have much time though.
I'll be as quick as I can. You
Actually,
can
hey
tell that
Pip.
she is
Hey,
still
Pip.
exhausted and will probably not be able to work very quickly.
Hey Pip, you got anything? Like
A
wanna
bunch of moo milks?
some moo milks, a
Pip's
vitality tincture, scholar's
Opens
tea.
Opens up his robe like a scene from Hercules. Wanna buy a sundial? There's like just potions all over the place.
Give her some moo milks and we should be good to go.
Can I do that? Just okay, inventory. We got move milk. We got it tincture.
Vitality and scholar's tea, I think, as well as moo milk.
Let's see. Which one was? The one was guaranteed. And the other was yeah. And the tincture and scholars tea. Scholarly tea. Other way. So yeah, it's just waking her the hell up.
Here, ma'am, drink these. This is a lot of perk you back up.
She gladly takes the preferred drinks, and that does indeed serve to rouse her from her drowsiness. And in a comparative small amount of time, takes her about a half an hour or so, but by the time she is done, she has assembled the information you are looking for. Apparently, the prior owner of the Glassworks was a sphinx named Kieran, and she's assembled the genealogy for you. Apparently, Kieran has a sister whose name is Asenath.
Asenath, I've heard that name before.
The innkeeper?
The innkeeper. Huh.
It does sound like a very demony name.
No, it sounds very fucking cartoon, okay? I'm just gonna fucking say it. The thing on the doorstep. Fuck y'all,
So
okay?
Azathar.
The innkeeper is set. It was the last. Is related to the last person, but as far as I know, that one doesn't have any magical skills, as far as I know, and her story is all seemed to check out.
Unless she
a question.
framed Kibi and Panya and Mew. Alright, let's
check Panya first. She's got a lot more evidence against her than than Absinthe.
Wait, it was Kiri, you said that was the former owner of the Glasswork, correct?
Kieran.
Okay, Kieran. What happened to her?
You guys have not met.
Kieran, when left the city, she fell in love with a harpy.
What?
No, that was
No.
Oh, that was a different person.
Yes,
That's Kibi.
Anissa is Kibi's sister. She left. She fell in love with a harpy, and left the city. Kieran is Asnath's sister. It's not indicated what happened to her, just that she left the city at some point, presumably after the transfer of ownership of the glassworks, because there is nothing in the files indicating that she ever got another job of any sort.
Does it say why she lost that work?
Apparently gross mismanagement. She was unable to keep up with demand, or the potions were not of sufficient quality. There's no particular description there, but the librarian suggests that you could probably check with Riva, since she was in charge of ousting the dynasty.
It was Riva the whole time. No. All right. I think we should check with Panya then first, and then if that actually doesn't pan out, then I guess we'll go back to the lodge and talk to the innkeeper and just check her. But then again, she was the one who found the feather.
Exactly.
Perhaps she planted the feather.
She's also the person who interacts most with people coming through the city, like, say, a demon in disguise.
This is true.
And she also, you know, didn't hear anything going on in her own damn place.
Which is ridiculous. Which is a little ridiculous. The only defense for that is a silencing spell. And we're slowly removing those people who can do that out of the suspect pool. There's just one more of those.
All right, let's go to let's go to Panya.
All right, she's close by.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys roll into Panya's store. She is not manning the front counter.
I will call out to her.
Hold on.
Wait, yeah? What?
Before you do that, Kannan will turn invisible and go creeping forward to see if he can find her.
Okay. You creep forward, you go to the other side of the counter, and you can see that there are several empty flasks of nip vapor tucked under the counter. The smell is still faintly perceptible.
I will follow the smell to the woman.
I will, I guess,
everyone
wait a moment and then follow after.
Okay. You follow into the back room, and you find Panya is sitting in a small side room, her head in her hands. She says, "Oh no, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Shoot. Maybe you didn't do it. Maybe it was all just a bad dream."
Oh no, Panya.
I will keep listening for a moment.
Okay. She's
Psychic.
still thinking about basically just going over and over, trying to deny that she committed something or she did something.
I really want to just dominate monster her and be like, tell me what you did. Actually, no, I have a better idea. I could totally bluff that I'm the voices in her head telling her she needs to confess. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Or guess who else can talk into brains?
Yeah, but I'm actually here. I'm gonna fucking do it. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Kannan will, he's gonna throw his voice like he's in her mind, and as he does so, he'll like use his demon shape-shifting powers to transform himself into like having the face and vocal cords exactly like her. He's gonna mimic her with his demon bullshit.
Make a deception check with advantage.
All right.
Oh dear.
She seems taken aback and looks around. What? No. Nobody suspected anything. Nobody said anything. It's fine. I'll keep it to myself. It'll all blow over. It'll be fine.
They'll find out eventually. You really just have to turn yourself in. It'll save you a lot of trouble. You know that.
maybe, but no, 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 no. She deserved it. She deserved it. It's fine. It's fine. It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
The goblin did deserve it, but now the whole of the Undermareth is in danger now, isn't it?
In danger? No, no, no. They won't go to war over this. No, something small like that. The goblins would never.
But with no treaty between Sibik and Nubis, there'll be no one to stop the demons when they come.
Demons? What? Why am I thinking about demons? No, no, no. They weren't going to come to an accord anyway. The goblin wasn't even helping. Like, the Nubis and the Sibik, they were at each other's throats. She was obsessed with her own thing. It'd be fine. She'll get thrown out of the queens. They'll send someone else, and then the diplomacy can go just fine. It's better if she loses power.
I'm just gonna tap the psychic link to Pip and be like, "Yep, she did it."
Did what? Rob her or make
She
her
turned
demon?
the goblin.
Do we know that?
She
We'll
just
have to
fucking
prove it.
said, mate.
No,
We'll just have-
did
Alright,
she
now-
say?
Oh,
We'll have to
I'm
prove
gonna do a thing. Alright. Perhaps you will get by fine, but now you saw Riva send all those agents out into the city. They've been here before. They're going to come back again and again and again until they find you. If you turn yourself in, confess, maybe they won't have to punish you. And I'm just gonna make a persuasion check. Boom! Get persuaded by your own brain.
Inception. It was all your idea the whole time.
Oh gosh. I mean, Cyra seemed nice. Maybe she'll understand. Yeah, I'll just go find Cyra. I'll tell her everything, and it'll all be okay.
She gets up and starts heading towards the door, at which point she sees everyone who is standing on the inside of the shop, minus Big K, who is invisible, and she lets out a shriek.
Ah,
Panya,
hey.
there you are.
Or
Oh,
rather,
sorry, I didn't hear you come in. Is there anything I can do to help you?
You need to tell her.
Yes, I was wanting to ask you just a couple follow-up questions, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Of course.
This is
We've
your
made
best chance.
Great strides in our investigation. I just wanted to cross-reference a few things with you.
They know. They know.
Okay, but before I answer your questions, I guess I have something to tell you.
Okay.
Um,
Sure, what is it? I'm all ears.
so this isn't a big deal. It's silly.
Okay.
So you know how we went to the sauna?
Yes, I fondly remember it.
Yeah. Well, maybe before I went back here, I kind of stopped by the bar, and
The Sweet Nip?
yeah, and I kind of had a little bit too much nip, and
Mm-hmm.
I kind of did something.
Go on. Keep going.
Well, you did seem a little hungover when we last talked.
Yeah. So like I was really mad at that goblin. Like she was just going around town, and while I was at the bar, you know, I heard everyone else talking about how terrible she was to them, and how she ruined Tabia's carefully organized system, and how she was like super rude at the Velvet Box, and everyone she came into contact with, she was just terrible. So I thought maybe, you know, I'd go and I'd have I'd tell her what's what. I'd have some strong words with her. So I kind of left the bar and I went over to the Herald's Lounge, and I didn't want to let Asenath know that I was making trouble, or I'd get in more trouble. So I kind of went in through the side window, but she wasn't there. So
Really?
and this is dumb. I was dumb. I'm really sorry. I'll do whatever I have to make it right. But I kind of destroyed her room. Like I tore it up, and I smashed a bunch of stuff, and then I took all the stupid money and belongings that she was flashing while she was here, and then I dumped it outside of the city in a big crevasse, and I was hoping that she'd get in a lot of trouble for losing everything, and
I will
I'm
cross
so sorry.
my arms and frown disappointedly at her.
I'm so sorry. It was dumb. I was drunk. I shouldn't have been drinking so much. But I've never been treated that way before. The goblin really got under my feathers, and I
It
just.
does sound dumb, yes. And
Oh my
you've been
goodness.
drinking some more.
Well, yeah, a little bit. Because I didn't know if I should tell anybody, but we had such a good conversation the other day that I was sure that you'd maybe speak for me. I'll replace anything that's broken. I'll pay for all of that, and I'll go get back all the stuff that I took and threw out, and I'll show you where all of that is. But it's
Now, yeah, you most certainly are going to have to come clean about destroying the room, and the valuables will have to be returned. But you say that she wasn't in her room? She wasn't there?
No, she wasn't. She
When was
probably
this?
off somewhere yelling at somebody.
When was this?
Oh gosh, this would have been later, like, sometime after midnight, like maybe 2.
You didn't see. You didn't see Anseneth around.
No, I made
You
sure
avoided
to.
her.
Yeah, I made sure to go to the other side and come in through the window.
But
Did you hurt
if
yourself while you were in
destroyed
there?
the room,
Sorry, what was the question, Pip?
you said you destroyed the room, but that would have made a lot of noise, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, I kind of made a lot of noise. I guess I wasn't really thinking at the time. I guess in retrospect, Asenath probably should have heard me. That was weird. Maybe she'd fallen asleep at her desk.
I see. I'll just look at the others. All right.
Where
You
was
seem very
Asenath then?
apologetic about this.
What's your
I-
name, Savin?
It was a dumb mistake. I shouldn't have done it, and I understand these are diplomats, and you have to treat them with a different degree of respect. But it's just it made me so angry that she could just walk around town treating everyone like that just because she was sent down to do a job and then she wasn't even doing it.
Would you mind terribly if we just checked out your wings for a moment there? Anya?
Sure.
Won't take long.
Okay. You match her wings, and indeed, it does match the feather that you found.
Have you met with Asenath lately or recently?
No, not recently. She sort of takes care of the Herald's Lodge, and unless there's visitors to town, it's normally pretty empty.
Okay.
Okay, here's a question for us all. the rest of us, like out of character, what was Asnath's alibi?
She didn't have one. She made excuses instead. She said that she was there all night, but didn't hear anything. And she suggested that there must have been some kind of silencing spell that covered up the noise of the destroyed room.
But there wasn't.
She didn't have an alibi that could have been confirmed, no. Not unless Miss Boom saw her when she went there to see the goblin before midnight.
Miss Boom did see Asenath when she went in before midnight and had sex with Elle, but then Miss Bazoom went back to her room at the far end of the lodge and fell promptly asleep and slept for the entirety of the night in peace and quiet. But her room it was intended for all of you guys. It was the royal suite, very large, very distant from everything else. So reasonable that she would not have heard any commotion.
So, as soon as Boom left, Asenath went into Elle's room and drug fucked her.
Grabbed her up.
Fucking
maybe.
Told you it was the innkeeper.
Hmm.
All right, let's go.
It's
guess
been
that's
the
it.
fucking name. I have been trying to like.
Should we check in with Riva first?
Pin that bitch to the wall.
We don't have any proof for her yet. We were also sure it was Panya and Kibi a few minutes ago.
True, but we've run down every other lead, and everything else has been crossed off our list.
I just don't see any
This
reason
is the only
to.
thing left. Okay.
Fill her in, let her know that we believe the suspect to be.
I mean, sure.
Let's just write a really quick note about we've run down all the leads, we've checked everything, everyone's alibis check out. There is only one suspect we have left, and it's Asenath.
Okay.
And I'll tell Panya, go take this to Riva.
Okay. She will fly off to take that off to Riva. She apologizes once again for all of the trouble that she brought.
I'm sure it will all work out in the end. We'll see. And then I guess, yeah, let's go make one last stop at the Herald's Lodge.
All right.
Okay. You head to the Herald's Lodge.
Asenath
Asenath is not there.
Womp, womp,
Shit.
womp.
Womp,
Shit.
womp,
Go to the
womp.
sauna right now.
As you guys are flying off to the sauna, well, is everyone going to the sauna? Is that
I mean,
everyone went to the Herald's Lodge originally.
yes.
Yeah.
Big K notices that Asenath is not there, along with the rest of you guys, and announces, "Oh no, she may be going to finish off Sonora. We must go to the sauna immediately."
Yes.
Or she could be going, or she could be going back to the assembly.
Well, shit. Everyone go everywhere and go into sauna.
I'll
Okay,
take
it's
these.
running to the sauna.
Let's see, Nikki, can you go with Kannan?
I can.
Cyra?
She could be going to the glassworks.
Why?
Shit.
Because that was hers. Alright?
Alright, well, the glassworks is past the sauna, so let's go to the sauna, then the glassworks, then the fucking place in Jigger.
Sounds good.
So everyone's going in one big grouping then?
Yeah. I don't want to fight a boss battle.
No, I
at
thought we
once,
were splitting up into two.
I don't think we should. If we find her, we have a boss fight on our hands, I'm pretty sure.
I think the implication is we should split up. Okay.
Well, if
I
we
mean,
go to
fucking-
the
I don't
sauna
know.
first, here's the thing, guys. If we go to the sauna first, I can arcane gate it and save us 500 feet.
Okay, done.
So that distance up there. So I've literally just point and see and then open a wormhole.
Okay, so you guys rush to the sauna first to check in on Sonora. You rush over there. Sonora appears to be fine. Binu is taking care of her, and she looks a little taken aback by how harried and frantic you guys look when you bust in. She asks if there's anything the matter.
Yes, if you see Asenath, keep her away from Sonora. Goodbye. Vroom.
Okay.
Just fucking warp on up to the glassworks.
Oh, hey, hang on a second. I got a thing here in a minute.
What?
Oh no, you guys do that. You guys do that. I've got a thing here I can do.
And Kannan, in the meantime, the rest of the little minute distance you get. It's always nice to have foresight about things, right?
Foresight is fucking amazing.
I prefer 5 sight.
I like third sight personally.
Nah.
Okay, so you guys take a moment to make a few preparations before casting your gate and warping over to the glassworks. The door to the glassworks is closed and locked.
I will slam into the door. I will just come flying down, charging. I will slam myself into the door.
You know, you could just unlock it.
Make an athletics check.
Nope, too late. I'm going down.
If it's just Kibi by herself and we just are harassing her again, I'm gonna be so sad.
This poor little girl. She's trying to get some sleep.
I'll pay for the damages.
Alright, you slam the door open,
Wham!
tearing it off its hinges. You can hear some commotion coming from down below, and you hear the noise of an explosion.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
Action
Should've gone
stations,
here
action
first.
stations.
As you rush down to the explosion, you find that Asenath is indeed here. She is pounding at the door to Kibi's sister's room. Apparently, when she came in, Kibi fled to her sister's room that you guys had taken the time to open without smashing down, and locked it, because it was the only door here that had a lock. Asenath is at the door, pounding away, throwing alchemical potions, trying to tear the door down.
I'm going to
appears, however,
rage.
that the interior of the tower has been treated against alchemical explosions.
I just
so it is
cast
not.
Dominate
doing
monster. Boop.
I will rage, and I will advance.
We got double dominate going on here, so
All right.
it'll succeed with a 14 save right now. Or
The-
she be fucked.
The party rushes to Asenath's side to subdue her with magic and with force. She curses, calling you all incompetent, and that the real culprit is that wretched little girl. But you are having none of it. You subdue her quickly and summarily.
Yay.
I will test her with the amulet.
She does not radiate as a demon.
Once she's dominated, I will ask what she did to the goblin.
That she treated the goblin with a potent poison to turn her into a weapon as a means of trying to frame the imposters who took her glassworks from her.
Fucking told you guys.
Yep.
I knew it was
Alright.
something to do with Kibi.
Yeah,
I
you're right.
knew
It's a frame job.
I mean, it did.
Alright, well, while she's still dominated, off she goes to Riva to fucking...
Yeah, let's drag this
Yeah,
bitch
Riva
back in
and
chains.
Tanya come to meet you guys back at the glassworks after they tracked down where you guys were at the lodge and then the sauna.
I'm just gonna sit
Riva
on Asenath.
Asks you what all happened here.
Asenath is the culprit.
can't-
She was trying to frame Kibi for her family having lost glassworks. Poor little Kibi.
Riva was unaware that Asenath was related to the previous owners of the glassworks.
We checked the
because-
genealogy records at the library.
Here's the thing, though, guys. Because Pip has a fucking library card, which no one else of you asses have, except Fen with here.
That's for
He
the magic
brought the
library.
documents with.
No,
No,
one library
for
card
both.
works for both.
Oh,
Yeah, we got the documents to prove.
Indeed. Initial preparations. Okay, Riva goes through all of your evidence. You break it down point by point for her. She listens attentively, and by the end there, eventually Kibi has been persuaded to come out of the room. She is quite shaken up by the whole thing, and had no idea that all this time Asneth had such hatred in her heart for the poor little Sphinx.
I will give her many pets and cuddles. Poor
on the
thing.
one side, on the one plus on this, Asneth is not a demon, and not sure what she did to the Goblin Queen, but she said she doused her with a kind of poison.
It seems all too apparent to Asneth that she has been caught at this point, and refuses to say another word.
Bitch, you dominated.
Oh, but guess what? Yeah, bitch be dominated. She's got
Ah.
some beats it.
How long does that last for?
1 hour.
And we have multiple casts of it. So, you know.
Okay.
Well, you have. I have one.
Well, whatever. I'm a level 1,000,000 wizard.
That's
Can make will saves.
I
yeah.
mean, look. Hush. Also, my
On
spell's
the other
dominate a
hand-
monster. I don't know if that matters, but
However, we have seen that demons are not affected by those things. Are not so affected by compulsions and charms. They're often immune to them, more often than not.
So, I think it's time for Squeak folks Hasn't to spill the beans.
Okay, well, with sufficient magical might, you lean on her and force her to confess the whole thing. She exclaims with a degree of pride that she simply can't keep out of her voice, no matter how much it incriminates her, that her family was always better at mixing potions than Kibi's family was, and that she has a private alchemical lab in the basement of the lodge that she had been working on for quite some time. The arrival of the envoys was too tempting of a time, so she utilized the various tools that she had been preparing for some time, and used a potent potion that had been turned into a poison. She simply swapped out one of the glassworks bottles from the goblin's room, and put the alternate poisons in it. Once she had captured the goblin after Miss Bazoom had fucked her into a coma, she simply took her downstairs, doused her with enough of the poison to turn her into a demon completely, and used a few more magical suggestions, as it were, that she would be best suited to take her revenge out somewhere public. Luckily for Asneth, the queen just got multiplied in her normal behaviors, and instead of attacking her transformer, decided that really the only one deserving her attention are the most important people around, which is why she attacked Sonora, who is one of the top agents of the Sphinxes. The queen had no time for the little people, and so did not bother to attack anyone else on the way or the night of. The destruction in the room was unknown to Asneth because she was in the basement at the time. turning the queen into a demon. And she had not expected that, but when she found the black feather, she thought that that would be a perfect opportunity to point your investigations towards Kibi a little harder. So you apparently did not take the first few indications that it must have been an alchemist, and the glass came from the glassworks. She can't help but think that you have an unfair degree of sympathy for the little girl, but she cautions you not to trust so deeply. She and all her family are a bunch of greedy scavengers. They'll take anything and everything. They'll take your money, they'll take your jobs, they'll take your pride, they'll take everything from you.
Just when she starts going spouting like that about trusting, can Pip just float up in front of her, hold up one of his little squeaky paws, and just start concentrating Eldritch energy and, yeah, you know, the fun shit that is linked
What are you
to
doing?
just in front of her face.
Threatening her, probably.
Possibly.
Can I just cast Power Word Sissy on her yet?
Not yet,
No, not
no.
God
She's-
damn
Not
it.
yet.
That's not even our responsibility. That's Reva's
Just-
thing to do.
Yeah. Riva's going to take ownership of Asenath at this point.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I do all this work.
Unfortunately, this means that Elise is a demon and is
Wait, hey,
Queen L. Queen L.
that
is-
also means there is lethicite in Herald's Lodge. We should get that, give to Kibi what for making anti-demon potion, yes?
I don't know if that's a.
Now that we know she's trustworthy.
Well, oh fuck this shit, I'm out. And Kane's gonna go back to the place and fuck my alchemy lab.
Yes, where is this lethicite? Go take a look.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Just ask her. Where's the lethicite of the goblin?
She just left it where it fell, so it's probably down in the basement still.
Okay. So it's.
Nice.
Well,
Kay is off to go get some lethicite.
Yes, totally not for my own use at all.
totally not
I mean,
just
I'm
eat
coming
on your
with you.
own.
Damn it.
Well, Riva
Yeah.
will thank everyone for your efforts in this. She knows it must not have been easy, but it appears that you came just in time to prevent another victim from Asenath's mad revenge plan. Once the queen is released from her imprisonment in the morning, she will have the appropriate guards on hand to detain her and secure her. Unfortunately, they can't take ownership of her since she does have some degree of power in the goblin society. She will, however, dispatch guards with the goblin assembly so that they can take her back to the goblin city and be.
Weren't we going to? We were going to make a stop over at Arun anyway.
Much later,
You
though.
guys, you guys
It
were
was
going to go,
later.
yeah, to the Nubis folks first because you have a portal over in that direction anyway.
Yep.
Should I mention? Should I mention that the note about the conspiracy between the goblins and the Nubises? That may cause more problems.
You find the lethicite. It has an axe. It's shaped like a butt.
Okay, well, are you telling Riva about Panya's incident and all the missing belongings from the queen?
Oh,
Yes.
I will look at Panya. Did you tell her?
I told her about Asenath.
Just a moment. I'll take I will just ask to see Reva alone for a moment.
Okay.
Reva, I'm not well versed in this laws of the Sphinxes. How do you treat criminals?
Well, it's rare that we have criminals in the city. Normally, public works for the opportunity to give back through action and make amends is preferable. In the case of extreme circumstances, we may resort to
Public saying.
to banishment from the city.
What would
They
entail
black
banishment? What would, give me some examples.
Well, if they have caused injury against the royal personage, if they've caused mass destruction in the city, or if they have been found to work in conjunction with the demons.
What about assaulting dignitaries or theft of their possessions?
Things like that, we try to
Transforming them into
be a little more lenient. Normally, we'll volunteer them to the folks that they assaulted so that they can serve their time in making amends.
So what are you going to do with Asenath then?
Well, this would have caused quite international on the ground political
Yes.
upheaval.
She has assaulted the Goblin Envoy. We're going to have to take her with Queen L to Arun and have the goblins decide her fate, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
And what if someone did something also? What if there was another person who did something to the dear queen?
But not herself. Not the queen herself.
Well, if someone else assaulted the queen, we would have to take her with Asenath, I'm afraid.
And if they didn't assault the queen?
I suppose it depends on the condition of what they did. If it could be repaired, then I don't see any reason why we would have to involve the goblins in it.
Okay.
Indeed.
Very
So
well.
yeah, so
All right,
let's just say that.
Go back for a minute.
Let's just say, for example, that the person who did the initial deed had regrets, and then returned or restored what was stolen or say damaged.
Viva
They
crosses
would
her
be-
arms. You are, of course, talking about Panya, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes. The condition she came to me in, it was all too apparent that she had some hand in what was going on here.
Not exactly. She confessed to
That's
us.
wrong. Yeah,
She was
a drunken,
yeah,
stupid mistake.
a drunk mistake. She was extremely upset over her treatment by Queen L and had drowned her emotions in a lot of alcohol, which was not a good idea. And she drank too much and decided to act on her impulses. And she was going to give Elle a piece of her mind, but when she got there, Elle was gone, presumably already in the hands of Asenath. She was the one who damaged the her broom in the first place and stole her possessions.
I see. Well, can the possessions be restored?
She has promised to return the possessions and feels and has exhibited a great deal of regret for her actions and wants to make up for them.
Well, if we can get the belongings back, and if she agrees to donate an appropriate amount of gems to restore anything that was damaged. Unfortunately,
with Elle in her current condition, we can only guess at what might have been in the room itself. Can't necessarily trust anything that a demon says. I tell you what, I will handle it myself. I don't believe that we have to involve her with the goblins. It will be difficult enough, I think, to smooth over Asenath's deeds.
I think, yeah, returning her possessions is probably going to be, and making some reparations to the city will probably be enough.
Yes. Panya.
She said she stashed them. She stashed everything that she took in a ravine nearby the city.
All right, Riva gives Panya a glance, and Panya sort of casts her head down and nods and flies off to go get everything that she had thrown overboard.
Do you need help with Asenath?
She's fine.
Taking her somewhere?
She thanks you for the offer, but she's going to have to take her off to the assembly to inform them of what's happened and summarize the events and assure the Civic and the Nubis that everything is taken care of and that the city is safe once more.
All right, then I'm going to go with Panya and help carry the things back.
I can come with talk with the what's it called, the envoys there.
Okay. All right. So, you're going with Panya. You're going with there, and Nikki. Where are you headed to?
Nikki, I think Nikki went with with Kannan.
And make sure, just to make sure he's not stealing that left side for himself.
Okay.
Make sure it gets back to Kibi.
I would never. The trust you people display in me is truly heartwarming, let me tell you. I do all of this shit for you, and you still treat me like some common demon. It hurts
Actually,
inside.
we treat you like an uncommon demon. That's why we fight alongside you and trust you,
At all, yes, I see.
have our back.
Just not with anything that I could actually, be trusted with.
It's the temptation there, I just want to make sure it gets back to Kibi fine, that's all.
Out of character. Yeah.
I mean, for a demon, you're not bad.
Something
Oh,
important.
for a demon, you're not bad. No, you're just a racist.
Yeah, I am. My job.
Well,
It is in my job description.
look,
You sign up for the guard, you get a racist badge.
look, this is a darkness in your heart, and it will eventually spread and corrupt who you are.
I don't know if you noticed, I don't have a heart.
You have Gukor, right? Somewhere in there. And Kannan will just, poke his hand into your chest.
She does. It literally looks like a little heart.
See, you do have heart. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.
Don't.
Oh, is
you
it
gotta go
sensitive? Squeeze, 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 squeeze.
If you're touching my Gukor, then you're getting slapped away from it.
Watcha.
Slap. You
How would
can't,
you
can't
like
just
it if
touch that. You think
I
I'm some
reached-
kind of hussy?
How would you like it if I reached inside you and played with your internal organs?
If you mean prostate, yeah, he's okay.
We'll talk about that later tonight.
Alright, anyway, let's go to the lab.
Okay. So you head to the lodge, head downstairs, and indeed there is an alchemist lab down below. There is a small scene of a struggle down here, as well as some scorch marks on the ground. There is, as well, some evidence that the queen must have been down here, as there is a goblin-sized crown.
Mm-hmm.
There are also a number of potions on the table.
Ooh. Just totally not steal those at all.
Yes. And finally,
there is a medium chunk of lethicite on the ground, giving off a
Pick that up.
slight pinkish glow.
Serious temptation to
Smells-
consume it. Resist temptation.
Oh man, I got rules and everything for if demons eat lethicite.
Making it worse. Here, Nikki, take this. It's a temptation. I will just like plunk the lethicite into her gooey body. Bloop.
Okay. The crown is a small affair. Well, small by you, the size for you guys.
It is
It is very plainly magical, as it radiates a potent enchantment. It has 9 points around it, each point with a slightly different stone of unknown origins, each of them slowly letting off a glow one by one as the crown rotates in the light that you've brought down with you.
Wheel. I will identify this on the way home. Wait, shit, we are home.
It's also
put it
probably
on the
gonna
deck.
have to be returned, so... But it would be nice to know what it does. I wonder.
Okay, well, but you are gathering that up, and boop boop. Cyra, Panya takes you to where she dumped all of Queen El's valuables. There is a trove of gems and jewels and jewelry worth easily over 20,000 gems.
Seriously,
there's
she
also,
brought all this junk with her
oh
on
yeah,
her diplomatic visit?
there's also all of the remaining potions that she had bought from the glassworks.
Ugh, how vain do you
gather
have
up.
to seriously be? To bring your treasure hoard with you.
Wait, that was all the cash she had?
That's a significant amount of money. That's a lot of money.
Let's see, 15, 200, 942, 950, 533, 766, 2,000, 400, 500. Yeah, no, that's less than what it has.
Okay. Never mind. I'm not even gonna get. I'm not gonna say. I'm not. No.
Anywho, these are all in like elaborate jewels and jewelry. It's not liquid cash like Pip has. These are the kind of things that people would wear to show off how rich and famous and fabulous they are.
To other
Yeah.
people who are also rich and famous and
Yes.
fabulous.
Royal
Where
gems and jewelry and all that manner of stuff.
A dick measuring contest of wealth.
Indeed.
Okay.
Well, you can
Panya, what you
wear.
did was wrong. Panya, what you did was horribly wrong, and it was a terrible thing to do. However, that being said, Queen El was a bitch. Horrible, horrible cunt, and probably deserved it. What happened to her? That doesn't change what you did was wrong, though.
Yes, she realizes this and she has admitted it, and she will do what she can. But
All right, let's get this-
secretly, between you and her, she's not sorry that she wrecked her room. She's sorry that the queen got turned into a demon. No one deserves that fate, but she deserved to get slapped for how rude she was to everyone. Wealth does not mean that you're above normal people.
Nope. Nope. Anyway, let's get this stuff back. I'll help carry it all.
Okay. Alright, so everyone meets back up at the assembly. Riva and Pip have been smoothing things over between the envoys, explaining what all has transpired over the course of the last 24 hours, and assuring them that things are all right. And before too long, Sonora enters. She is doing much better, still a little shaky, but she is getting over the attack from before, and she looks forward to continuing the diplomatic mission as best they can. They will have to send the goblin off, but hopefully they'll send someone back who is perhaps better committed to the peace process.
Perhaps they'll find a goblin who's not quite so self-absorbed. Though that's probably not likely.
And after everyone has been taken care of, everything has been smoothed out and explained, Riva invites the party back to her roost for a little private conversation.
Okay.
I just want to thank everyone for all the help that you've provided. I know when I first met some of you, and we had perhaps not met in the best of conditions. I was entertaining the thought of assisting the demons and overthrowing the world above, under the assumption that they would leave us down below safe. But it's all too obvious that there is no safe retreat from demons and their agents. Even those who do not directly work for the demons can utilize their methods, and makes it dangerous for all of us as long as these things are in place. I know you've done ever so much for us, for the Sphinxes, for everyone in Marith above and below, and I cannot thank you enough. I have something that I'd like to give all of you if you'll take it.
I just say to Riva, yes, our initial meeting was you were a bit of a dick.
Yes, I had lost hope in the fight against the demons, but all of you showed me that it is possible to fight back against them, and it's not as hopeless as perhaps I first thought.
Hope you lost hope? Not really. You just saw things, smoke and mirrors. Your hope was still in victory and a betterment for your people, much the same as it is now.
Well, if you will let me, I'd like to bestow these upon you. In truth, these have been gathering dust, really. We used to have more dealings with the people above ground, especially when the Great Library was still up and about before the time of the demons. We haven't had an opportunity to bestow these on anyone since then, but I think it's clear that you have all proven yourselves allies of the Sphinxes and enemies to those who would bring disaster and danger to the peaceful people, this world. So it would be my honor if you would take these tokens to remind you always that you have allies in the Sphinxes for as long as you may live. She produces a bag filled with large blue sapphires with a distinctive coloration on the inside. As you turn them in the light, they seem to show a slit of white with a slit of black in the middle, much like a cat's eye.
Holy shit. That's a lot of loot.
And there's one
It's
for
a
each of
cat.
you. Boop. Cat's eye
Cat's eye.
sapphire.
I was just about to say that. God damn it. But
Jewel allows the bearer to, as an action, change their body into that of a sphinx. Sphinx form turns the user large size, grants a movement speed of 40 and a fly speed of 60, and resistance to non-magical weapon damage.
Sphinxes gain the bonus action, perform a claw attack, dealing 2d10 slashing damage. Players lose any normal racial benefits whilst in Sphinx form other than their ability score increases. The change remains until dismissed or dispelled, and may not be used again for 1 week after removal.
Okay. I have to test mine immediately. I'm going to use mine already. I want to see, am I a goose sphinx?
Nope, you are no longer a goose sphinx. You are no longer a vulpine. You are a sphinx.
Aww.
Would you like to change back or stay a sphinx?
I'm going to keep it for now.
Okay,
A week.
you're a sphinx. We'll put a little marker on your
Toggles.
token there.
Interesting. Well, you can fly now on your own.
Yeah, but goo.
Well, anyway,
How about my corruption effect to take on the forms of those I fucked recently?
you would probably have to try that out to know for sure.
What? Bark, bark,
Bark,
bark.
bark, 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 bark.
Yes. Anyway, so Riva says that she will send things off with the embassy and send escorts with the goblins. Are you going to turn over all of Queen Elle's belongings, or keep any of them?
I would like those gods meats, but I know, right? But no, I think it would be best just to
Yeah,
send those
hand it all
along.
over.
Just
all
to
evidence.
point out out of character, just to point out something. Who knows if the potion survived that long fall?
Cough, cough. I'm a guard. Cough, cough.
I'm an emotionless doll. What's your point?
We'll send all of the loot back with her.
Okay. Is that including the lethicite? Is that including
No.
the
No.
crown?
No.
Not the lethicite. We don't even know what the
But-
crown does, though.
The other side is going to Kibi.
Okay.
That's hidden up Nikki's ass.
And
Honestly, I would. Well, I
about
mean, it's too bad Lumi's too busy.
you're turning
I
over
don't
the
wanna know
crown?
Identify it before.
Yeah, let's
it's
identify
been
the
turned
crown.
over.
I want to know. I just have a.
It's better than.
Identify it quickly. There we go.
24.
You recall some mention of this while you were doing research in the Ibis library. This appears to be the Crown of the Nine Queens, an alchemical marvel created by the goblins as a means of setting a high queen and keeping the balance of power shifting amongst the largest families. It grants powers based on the queens who created it initially. It grants a different power every day, but with some effort, goblins can attempt to set which power they wish for that day. Apparently, the crown is very potent, but also conveys with it a degree of a curse. If it is removed from the bearer for a prolonged period, it causes great weakness. And the queens use this as a means of determining who is the High Queen at a given moment, at any given time, as the High Queendom is passed from one to the next. The previous High Queen is physically made weak and unable to procreate, so her family then becomes weaker over the course of time, allowing the other queens to catch up, as it were.
Let's keep this away from Miss Boom.
Yes.
What a session for her to miss.
I know, right?
Don't worry, I'll inform Miss Boom of it next session.
After the crown's
Yes.
way out of her grasp. Excellent.
Yes. Okay,
You do
so
not need
these
her
are
having
the
that.
things that
Holy
we
shit.
couldn't have stolen in the first place because it would have been noticed.
Well, yeah, but, like, look, let's be honest. Fenoxo would have put that crown on immediately and become a goblin queen.
Immediately.
Yes.
What are you guys
Granted,
going
it's
to
a
do with the
storm
4 potions you found in the basement of the lodge?
I'm keeping those. Those are
What?
mine.
What potions
but
are
for-
they?
Yeah, what are they?
You do some investigation. Those
Are
appear
they
to be
more-
lust poisons. Those are the things that were
Oh.
used on Queen L and almost used on Sonora.
Oh, okay. I will just
Oh.
immediately just pour them down a drain or something.
No,
I
keep
think
one.
that would be the best. I
Just
think
keep
maybe we should
one.
just contain them.
They are destroyed.
Yes, just
Okay,
don't pour them down the
just
drain, then
one.
just bust them on the wall or
Sure,
something.
whatever. I throw them against a wall and then firebolt the wall a bunch to evaporate it.
Okay.
Just point out some bad
Everyone
news.
make saves against the
There
poison
is-
gas.
Fuck, I'd do it.
Haha, no.
There is a storm starting to charge up over here. Yeah, I'm actually feeling that rather heavily.
Gross.
Yeah, trust me. So I'll keep going for as long as I can keep this shit up. So
Alright, well. $30d6.
Psychic damage, power word, demon. Jeez.
Okay, well, Asnath was the only one who could make those, and she is under arrest, so party likely will not see that again.
Good.
Unless someone grabs
Good.
Asnath and forces her to start making them. But you guys are the only ones, theoretically, that know about them. And as Kibi indicated, making these potions takes a prolonged period of time. It's not something that someone could make overnight. It takes a lot of time to make any of these things.
It's best that that information be buried and destroyed.
Yes.
That's no good can come of
but
that stuff.
here's the thing. How can you make a antidote or a protection versus it?
Well, it's too late.
That's
Anything
what I
that makes
wanted
immune to
one.
psychic
Too bad.
damage. But yeah. Anywho, yeah, so those have been destroyed. The party is going to turn over all of Queen L's loot to the diplomatic escort.
Yeah.
Reeve is going to entrap, secure, and turn over the Queen and Asnath to the escort and have them start on their way back. And Panya is going to be doing some community service to pay back all of the damage she did. And they're going to have to find a new innkeeper for the Herald's Lodge, so for the time being, that is out of commission.
Oh well.
Well, who wants to own a tavern in Sphinxland?
We can't stay here?
Well, we can come back. And actually, wait, do we have any followers we could just plant there?
Did you bring any followers with you?
I assume we bring our giant harem everywhere, but...
Well, we
say
do
we-
have these Sphinx
Oh, yeah, that's
mounts, and some of us don't need those.
Yeah, but we need them
Right,
for the rest
who
of our
doesn't
many
need them?
followers.
We don't carry all those people around with us. Most of them are all at the fucking fortress.
Yeah, you guys have a fortress now, so you don't have to have a huge convoy.
Let's see, do we have anyone back home who would be good at that sort of thing, other than the business bovines?
Possibly, though.
They're
If you
busy
guys were going to go
doing
to the Nubis place, you would probably want to open a portal to the closer location versus opening a portal back home.
Yeah.
And then
We do have to
teleporting
pick
back
up.
and then
We do have to
making the
pick up
journey.
Anubis boy toy though, because he's our bargaining chip
Oh, that's
for
fine.
the
So we are going back
Anubis.
home
So we do
anyway.
have to pick. We do have to pick him up.
Alright, well, today's the same. It's like almost the end of the day anyway, so let's real quick go back to the farm. Grab
I can.
Noob Slut and a random follower.
You want me... Wait, what farm?
Or not the farm, the stronghold, sorry, which is next to the farm.
Yeah, do you want me to hold the portal open?
Yeah, just hold the portal open, stay here for a minute, and we'll be right back. We should give
Yeah,
the
you fetch
into
that
hugs.
Huggles. I don't think she can run us.
No, she can't. I was kidding.
We need somebody
stupid.
who's capable of running it and gathering information for us. Being our eyes and ears in DS.
Well, let's see.
So, I don't know.
Neve, maybe?
No, she's with the... She camps
She
with
stays
the
with the
fridge.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Let's see.
I mean, we could send Neve, the fridge, and the boob tube down there. A buffet girl. Make it a really hoppin' in. But we might get in trouble with the boob tube being there.
Yes.
It's a consensual boob tube. Wait,
My
you
vote
know who
is,
spent a shitload of time at an inn and would probably know all about running one by now?
Who?
Hira's old Nubis boy toy. He's here.
Oh,
Let's go
God.
grab him and give him an inn. Like, run this place, fuckboy.
Wait. So...
Who are
he's
those?
still here.
Who or who?
Who's that?
Who or what?
Who's Sydney and Pendle? Oh, that's the
Who are those
that's
guys?
the giant ball Nubis. What's his name?
This is your bargaining chip, and this is the living sex toy cat girl. who
Oh yeah, those
is-
two.
Was the only one safe to handle Sydney because she can't get pregnant. Now,
Wait,
of
so
course,
she
Pip
is
also
like
shares
Pip.
that. Yes, she is like Pip, though her body is designed as a sex doll. Pip's body is designed as a plushie.
Oh,
Ah.
Oh yeah, look at that motherfucking tower.
the Tower of
Yep.
Power.
The
Yes.
tower of Pip's tiny, adorable doghouse that has been
Yeah,
built just outside the main stronghold here. Still inside
so
the city gate.
awesome. So boss.
All right, so yeah,
Yes, think that out.
let's take Sydney, Pendle, and Fuckboy back to Sphinx Town. This poor fuckboy has been with us since session 1. I'd like to point that out.
I hope he's capable of gathering information for us.
He's capable of gathering a lot of things, mostly dick, but yeah, he'll be fine. I trust fuckboy.
Okay. So, you clear it with Riva. Riva says she'll certainly give him a chance. It's a little odd to have a Nubis tending to this kind of thing, but if you trust him, then certainly she'll keep an eye and make sure that everything's all right. Sydney and Pendle are waiting for you guys, and then you
Given a
guys are going
wide
to
berth.
drop off the lethicite with Kiwi.
Yes.
Okay.
See what she can do to restore Solo that we don't necessarily think it's possible.
Honestly, I
Well,
think
give her a chance.
if Lumi wasn't so busy, she would be a better person to handle that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That kind of advanced work.
She can try, but she doesn't have someone who doesn't have a soul to make experiments on, so...
About that.
difficult to-
Well, you know what? You guys go for the night. Kannan will just stay here for a little bit and get experimented on. That's fine.
This is going to take a very long time.
Oh.
Also, are you admitting to Kibi that you're a demon?
Oh, no. In that case, hold on. Let's go back through the portal real quick and grab one of our demons. And
Don't think that would be a good idea. That would be a
No.
bad idea. We can't bring a demon into the city, even one that's on our side. No offense, Kannan, but no one knows about you.
well, all right, fine.
Pip,
Mm.
Pip doesn't have a soul, and Pip is not a demon.
That is
Yes.
true.
Pip
Well, actually,
is a soul.
Pip
in,
is something.
Wait, no. Pip's physical body also does not have a soul in it.
Oh my god, you're right, it doesn't.
Fucking
Oh my...
give her
there's-
fucked
There's
off.
only...
Fuck,
There's
dog.
a problem with that.
Well, what if
What?
she puts a soul in it? And
Yes.
Pip can't return to his body.
Pip
that
isn't going to
is
return to his
true.
body. If he wanted to, he would have done it by now.
Yeah,
No,
I mean, party.
have literally no idea how to fucking do
You're a
it.
fucking
Yes, you
wizard.
do.
That's it.
Yes, you guys
No,
do. I pointed
I'm
this
a
out to.
warlock.
I pointed this out to like the chat in Discord a few, to the other
Wait,
on different
how?
chat. It's the same fucking way, the same fucking thing that got Dominica her brain back. It's the fucking elf cloak
Yeah.
that you all know about.
Yeah, now here's the thing. How much have I been saying to go to Elf to get the cloak? And how much do
None.
you fuckers trust me?
Also none.
Aw.
Conveniently.
Fuck you. Yeah, so fuck you and your ideas because y'all motherfuckers don't trust me.
Alright, so we're
Actually-
giving
Give
Kiwi
up the
Pip's
heck.
body, and...
Actually,
Yeah,
we trust you a little bit, but that's only because we can throw you very far.
I mean, you're not
Trust you as far as we
wrong.
can throw you.
Alright, so where did we land on providing Kiwi with a test subject? Nowhere?
Gi-
Have
give
her-
him Pip's body. Come on.
Okay.
Nicely.
Come on, Pip. Take one for the team.
It's,
I
I'm not
haven't
gonna-
taken
I'm not
it for
gonna
the
touch that
team.
one.
This all
That-
since session 1. Fuck y'all. How many times
Is-
have people not saved the entire party from wiping?
Is
Yeah.
Queen
Traitorous
Elle being taken
bastards.
back to the Goblin City? Or is she being kept here?
She
been taken
is
back.
going with Asnath back to the Goblin City in the company of the goblins, as well as some Sphinx escorts for the goblins to do as they wish. And also, it's kind of embarrassing for the Sphinxes, so it's a bit of an apology mission as well. And so they're sending a fairly sizable contribution. It's their way of saying, sorry, we couldn't take better care of your envoy.
Can we attempt to negotiate with the goblins to remand custody to the Sphinxes so that we can attempt to reverse demonification?
to be honest, I don't think L's worth it.
No, but it's a subject.
They would
True.
need approval from a queen, so this might be something to come back to when Finn joins us next time.
Well, then we don't have a subject right now.
So what we can do is say this conversation gets put off until next session, and you guys can continue with whatever. And we just did a little time jump, and we'll revisit it in the DLC. It's fine, don't worry about it.
Sure.
Oh,
why not?
so right now we've got we're talking to this person, a little message screen pops up. This DLC is not implemented yet, but if you come back,
So, like, half of
and
tits.
pay
Gotcha.
$5.99
Also, like, half of tits.
when it's available.
I
can
mean, the
continue this
alternative
quest line.
is we just leave Kannan here and I just roll up a new character again.
Again.
It's okay, I'm a
No,
third of this campaign,
just-
it's fine.
No,
But I'm
Thor is
the
third of
third.
this campaign.
Yeah. I'm on my third character.
So am I.
Third has thirded it up pretty hard in this campaign, but also so has Whatever Kun. Whatever Kun lost a lot of voluntarily and also lost most like every character he made.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's on the
voluntarily lost my characters.
You killed yours.
Not on purpose. They died in combat and
Glorious-
true.
Okay,
Saving the
never
party.
mind, never mind.
Okay.
Alright, well, setting aside me just rolling up a new character again.
Let's
Pip's
put that on.
body.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, do it.
All right.
Well, think about it.
Well.
If it works,
Wait.
at least we know it works, and then Pip can kill himself.
Well, we're coming back to this conversation next session anyway. So
No, wait, don't give
Wow.
Hedrah a chance to change her mind. Let's do it.
That's too late because that would be perfect. Then he can grab his body, drag it over to Meredith, and have her rip all the magic out of it.
Perfect. Okay.
Well, that happened. All right. I guess we're going to grab Pip's body and return. We will return to Kiwi with a small corgi that has a cone wrapped around its head to keep it from constantly just sucking himself off. It's for his own good, I've been told.
No, he has 2 cones. One
He has
around
2
the
cones,
head,
one around his
like
dick.
and one like a skirt.
So
One
that
like
way
a
he can't
skirt
fuck
and
anything
one-
either.
Yeah.
It's for his own good. Otherwise, he'd fuck himself to death.
Go full fucking.
Here you go, Kiwi.
So, yeah,
have a
yes,
rape
yes,
monster to experiment on.
Okay.
We'll just
Don't
see.
take off the cones.
Yeah, do not take off the cones.
She will do the best she can.
No. Do not do the best that you can. Do not take off the cones.
No. She would do the best she can to work on the demon.
Right,
demon
just as
thing.
long as the best she can do doesn't involve taking off the cones. Then yeah, that's fine.
And we'll see if we can instead have Goblin next session.
Yes.
Probably not.
Because that is the soul that or the body that the Lethicite came from. So
I mean-
that might be better.
According to Fen, it doesn't matter, but
Well, this
according to
setting
Fen,
is deviated.
that doesn't matter.
I know. But
Like,
still.
the canon doesn't actually matter.
Grum.
It would be interesting though if it worked on Pip's body and Pip came back very Goblin Queen-like.
Oh God.
Wait.
That would be
So
the
no
worst.
Even-
fucking difference from before. Okay, that's good to
Completely
know.
insufferable.
Wanting to get knocked up instead of
Just-
knock others up.
Fuck my boy pussy, everybody. Just all
Oh my
day.
God.
Yeah, still very
Yoy.
masculine, but yeah, wants to be knocked up and so
Yeah, but there's the problem. His so-called boy pussy already got to like 6 feet satyrs up his ass. Like literally through and through.
He got worked over real good by those satyrs.
Satyrs.
Fantastic. All right, so you guys are going to take care of that, and then presumably rest for the rest of the night here.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
And-
we'll head off onto what's it called, the Anubis city. Oh wait, before we do that, we came here for a reason, and I would like to make sure we do that. We came here to secure the military aid of the Sphinxes, if at all
We
possible.
got it.
We know that the
We got
Queen and King are going to help.
Which means
But
the
is there
Sphinxes
anything-
are gonna.
Well, I mean,
they are the
Yeah, no.
rulers.
No, they said that they are going to help, and they're separate from like the government and stuff. They're figureheads.
Whether the Sphinxes themselves can assist is largely going to be a product of what happens with Queen L.
Oh.
Is a huge diplomatic blowout. They might need their soldiers here in the event that the goblins wish to declare war over this. So it was
Okay.
kind of a snafu.
It wasn't. All right. Well,
yeah,
okay,
but she
well,
was a
that-
fresh queen, so
Yeah, no one liked her anyway.
She was a fresh queen, but she was also the high queen at the time.
Oh, she was like the big.
That's why she's
Oh,
got the
so-
crown.
I see.
Oh, that's why she had a crown. I thought all queens had a crown.
Oh.
No,
Yeah.
there's only one. It's
Okay,
passed
in
from
that case,
high-
like
big,
Oh.
big.
double reason for Fen not to get that crown.
Yes, this is much more important. She was much more important than I thought. God. Well, hopefully the next High Queen will be not such a cunt.
I was just about to say, she was a high queen, but she was a cunt.
Well, then probably not Miss Boom then.
Miss Boom is not a cunt. He's a dragon.
A dragon with a giant.
Also,
horn.
yeah, she's not a goblin, so can't be a goblin queen if you're not a goblin.
All right. Anyway, so we
Anyway,
done for the night,
so I guess
or what?
yeah, I'm not feeling so good. So maybe we could. And I mean, this would be the next leg. of our thing, so I mean now would be a logical place.
Alright, so
Well,
you
it's
guys attend to everything. The embassy is going to be headed off towards
Wait.
Arun. What?
I want you all to go to the fucking glasswork and buy yourself potions.
With what money?
We have tons of money. Well, some of us have
Yes,
tons.
some
we
of you have
got
tons of
money
money. I'm
from
fucking
last
broke.
Oh,
Wait, didn't you get the fucking boon money thing from what's the word again? The cat people, Egypt things.
Sphinxes?
Sphinxes, yes.
What boon?
Uh,
Oh yeah, the from the king and queen. Yeah, well. Oh yeah, I'm not broke actually. That's all of the money I have, but I do have that.
Yeah.
Still, I don't really have
What?
like a deep need of potions, so let's go.
Yeah, but you're not gonna use it as a goddamn potion vending machine.
That's what you do.
You're the one acting like a vending machine.
yeah.
You are choosing it.
Because you
Yeah,
because none of you actually buy your own.
well,
And
because
it
we don't.
helps keeping you guys
You know what? No,
alive.
it's fine. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, well, whatever.
All right, so I want to go. We can.
Alright. Doop. So the embassy is headed off towards Arun. The party has spent the night and is going to launch the new day by opening up the portal and heading off to the Southern Reaver outpost, where you guys prevented the eye maw infestation.
Yes.
Oh
from
yeah,
before.
that thing.
The thing.
Yes.
Back when I was still Hedrah, jeez.
That was.
Yeah. Fucker turned on me as well back then too.
Yeah.
So, doop. And copy. And do.
Oh, we're still going tonight.
Paste.
Okay. Oh, fair enough.
Boop.
What?
Ah.
There we go.
And you
Uh-oh.
step through the portal. There are Nubis monks on the other side. They look injured to various degrees and attentive. As you step forward, they ready their weapons and take battle stances until they recognize Pip, and they stand a little easier. Oh, it's you. Why are you coming through the portal? That's where the creature was.
The creature?
Creature?
Is this a
The monks would like to know who all your new companions are.
This is a point out that Cyra, this is daughter of the sharp from before. This is Nikki.
What's up?
She's good. The dragon over there, that's the goblin that sucked you guys off before, but she used a spell to change us at that. That's a minotaur. Also known as King.
Hello.
Well,
What creature are you talking about?
the creature that confused all our minds, the Eyemaw.
Oh, that. Yeah. No, this is a different type of portal. This is not that same thing.
I
At all.
mean, it is the same portal. You're just using it in a different way. But yeah,
Yeah, but
yes.
I'm trying to explain it in
It-
simpler ways.
It's a doorway that, you know how to use.
Yeah,
and
that-
walk through it.
Yeah, We
And
could
it was
use
unfortunately used by
safely.
something terrible at one point.
Yeah, but that's not gonna happen ever again, which is good.
Hmm.
I mean, we
As
Well-
long as we can help them.
If you don't mind, maybe we could check this in with Talana. Everyone's still a little on edge after the.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, we can do that.
So they
Our
escort you.
character. What's the other two other fuckheads? The impregnator and the sex doll.
Oh yeah,
Great,
they're
yeah.
with you also. So I'll grab them too.
Yeah,
Um,
make sure to keep them away from.
Boop. And at a safe, respectable distance. Boop boop.
Yes.
All right.
Keeping him away from anything with titties.
Talana is pleased to see you again, Pip, but is shocked by your new body. She asks what happened.
Bad things in a forest. Pip does with his hands. Big. He just keeps writing at bad things in the forest. So I ended up here. In this. Squeak, squeak.
Goodness.
Yes.
Well, I see. Hopefully you get better soon. Anyway, it's good to see you again. I'm sure Mistress Zara would like to greet you herself, but we're still dealing with the theft of our ancestor.
That
What?
The
Pip
ascendant.
just
What?
squeaks on your forehead.
We had an ascendant ancestor in the outpost here, and some of my monks were taken by surprise, and the ancestor has been removed. We received a politely worded request from, I assume, the thief, demanding that we turn over our arms and equipment in exchange for getting our... Yes. Well, anyway, perhaps she could explain a bit better. She just went down to the southern tunnels a few days ago with a collection of troops. I've been meaning to head over and make sure that she's all right, but I've been monitoring everyone here. Anyway, I don't mean to trouble you with these things. Where is it that you're going?
We were. Just looks at Cyra, Nikki, Mr. Zoom, and Kannan. We were supposed to go to the nearby city, but apparently we are gonna find a really big lady.
I take it these ancestor things are really important to you?
Yes.
Hang on a second. I take it
Yes.
these ancestor things are very important to you?
Yes, they are. Well, for many of us, they're our mothers, but they are the emblems of worship for our people.
Really? I mean, it would be, it could be a sidetrack, yeah, but this might be an aiding bargaining chip for what we want.
Yeah,
If we help them get one of their ancestors back.
that would improve standing, for one thing, but
Mhm.
I sitting in the back there and say like, yet we need to keep that one safe.
As long as it doesn't take too long. So I
Put
just,
a paw to his forehead, squeak.
Hey, Adjatha, I assume you take down a lot of it's important, like notes about what we've done and how to prepare for this thing. Have we contacted Holly and told her where the date things are going to go down? I can't remember.
You guys planted an echo flower to let what's her name,
Phobia.
know about this, and presumably she communicated that to Halcynthia.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we did. All right. Okay. Well, that's something. All right. I couldn't remember if we had or not.
Indeed. So, as indicated, this could potentially be a useful bargaining chip for the Nubis, but Talana did say that she doesn't want to get you guys involved. It is a Nubis matter, and she was going to head out and make sure that everything is okay herself as soon as she has an opportunity. So the question then becomes, does the party wish to accept this side quest or push on into Elagos, the domain of the Nubis?
We need all the help we can get because
I do believe they didn't really like us the last time we were there.
Yeah, we should
we
do
were
it.
tolerable.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, more bargaining chips would be good. It's probably best that we actually do this one.
Yeah, but where the hell are we gonna stash Savin, like in a cupboard?
Well, Pendle can watch over him for the time being. But
well, if we explain to Talana that these two are with us, but we can't take them into combat if it comes down to that, and she could just keep an eye on them, but just
don't touch him. Like, literally, do not touch him.
Okay. They do have a vault. They also have meditation cells. Whatever you guys think would be best.
Yeah, to look at Sydney and Pendle, like, yeah, if you can literally lock them up somewhere safe.
And I'm sure Pendle can keep an eye on him too.
Yeah.
Well, she tries, but you gotta milk a lot of stuff out of him regularly.
Not anymore, right?
That stuff's kind of dangerous. Well,
we stuck that thing around his dick, right?
I mean, yeah, you've got the whatever bag of holding, but that needs to be
emptied out.
Emptied.
Really?
Yeah.
That thing gets filled up.
Oh yeah.
Crime.
There's a maximum capacity for bag of holding and stuff.
What do you do with it?
What does Pendle do with it?
Yeah.
Normally she just dumps it somewhere.
Just dumps it in the ground.
And then the Earth was pregnant.
I mean...
Well, that would explain it's a good thing for Mary, but...
I'm sure Mary loves it. Maybe.
Like,
well,
suddenly there's like earthworms everywhere.
Say, whatever happened to... Oh, hey, I have a question.
Yes.
What's gonna happen? What happens to Farah? Because Dominica's not around anymore. I'm not Dominica. Danica. Danica's essentially left the party. So what's happened with Farah? She gonna ride someone else into the sunset?
Question is, would you guys like Farah to continue accompanying you? She was doing so originally to observe and see if mortals can indeed fight against demons, and if they are any better than the demons themselves. She was not terribly impressed the last few times she has watched you guys do things, but she was riding in Danica by Danica's volition. She cannot ride in Big K. She cannot ride in whoever's possessing, whoever has Exgarch-1.
Well, that's me, okay, so no, she
so
can't ride
the question
me.
is, did anyone want to volunteer? Because she's certainly not going to force you guys to do this.
Well,
I'd like to reiterate what we learned from the last god we had riding around with us. We're bad parents. We shouldn't be taking care of deities. Well, this is
It's not taking care of the deity, it's putting on your best face because the goddess is always watching
That's
you and
even
judging
worse.
You. Well, it's more like having your mom...
supposed to lead by example.
Yes, that too.
Yeah, supposed
Well, I mean, we did
to.
do a good job just recently. Just
Which raises
I
the
guess.
question: did someone volunteer to let Farah ride around in them?
Don't
Naya wasn't around for the bullshit as Farah. Or not Naya. Nikki was not around for bullshit encounter with Farah. So maybe she would volunteer if Farah were looking for a new host.
I mean, that might actually be up Nikki's alley if she's like trying to be like this honorable guard, and if she taking up the challenge of proving that this goddess that that people can be good, like that we are better than the demons. That might be actually be something she would like push real hard at.
I mean, if any of us do it, it should be Nikki, but
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just saying we probably shouldn't.
Okay, you're gonna volunteer there, third?
I suppose. She's not gonna take me over, right?
She's just riding around in you.
All right. That's a ride along. She's just a. She gets to use the siren once, when she wants. Otherwise, just observe and report.
Observe and report. Alrighty.
So you're saying a siren with a light just pops out of Nikki's head like Inspector Gadget?
Yeah. It declares what. Yeah, I was gonna say it declares what Nikki's favorite console is. Wii U, Wii U.
God.
Good thing
Okay.
you can emulate that on a PC.
Fair enough. Alright. So, you are going to be taking care of that in that case. So yes, she did see what you guys were doing in the last last few situations there.
So she's witnessed the harpy stuff and the goblin and the Lumi incident.
Yes.
And
No, she didn't witness the Lumi thing because Nikki wasn't there.
oh yeah, Nikki was
yeah.
gone for that.
So yeah, not that one.
I guess
but-
she would hear offhand after Nikki returned what happened.
Alright.
Then-
No, not that, but the other stuff. Okay, so we got that taken care of. So anyway, pushing on to the new stuff. Did you guys want to push on to the recovering the ascended ancestor today, or save that for next week?
Well, let's do it next week.
I would go with
Let's do it next week.
please.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
getting harder and harder to remember things
no
they
problem.
are.
All right. So, doop. The party did finish the quest. Yay! And also,
Ooh.
Nikki is huge.
Actually
Yay.
succeeded in the quest. Actually, Adjatha, I have to say, like that whole investigation thing was really interesting.
Yeah, that was really well done.
It was really well done, and it was a change. Like I haven't experienced something like that in a D&D game.
Well, glad
It
you
was
like
a-
it.
It was a very satisfying change of pace.
Yes.
Yes.
The big difference between like a mystery investigation and like a riddle is both of them are still dependent on like the players, but you do have like character skills that you can make tests and find out information that perhaps you might not have gathered otherwise. So
Yeah, like the characters being able to do things is a lot better because I mean, unless you're one of those people who are really good at riddles or really like them.
right.
Yeah.
So-
Otherwise, if you're not, then oh boy.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So we will, and yeah, this little mini quest, I assure you, is very small. It doesn't branch off into a bunch of other stuff. It's just a little, like, it's been a long time since you guys have had, like, combat stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, this will be a nice little combat break for you before you head back into city intrigue and diplomacy and marshaling forces for a big war and all that stuff, so. All right, and the Sphinx City cost you a couple of days, but there are still 23 days remaining, so you still have plenty of
23
time to take
days.
care of some shenanigans.
Taking
Okay.
care of business.
Yeah, indeed. And good job, everybody. Good role playing there. So we'll give
Cool.
friggin' inspiration to everybody.
Whoa!
Awesome. Get my inspiration back.